All right, let's start this.
What's going on in here?
Nothing.
Looks like you guys are having some kind of a party.
Oh, so.
Yeah, well, I like to party too.
You do? Really?
But I don't party like you guys.
How do you party?
I party like this here.
Show us. Show us.
You know what this is? This is the Overdose. Dose. Dose. Dose.
Yeah. It's the Sunday evening overdose, June 14th, 2015, and I have the great pleasure of being in studio with Andrea, my sister,
That's me.
the one and only, and Matt Gear, who sits in on the show quite frequently with us.
Indeed, or one of me does.
Yeah.
Somebody
I don't know what
does.
that means.
Well, when you said Andrea, the one and only, and then you just introduced me as just plain old Matt Gear, so I was like, "There's a few."
Yeah, no, it could. You really sometimes.
Like I said, I'm not even a real person. I'm just like a puppet that you have.
Sometimes halfway through a conversation, I have to look over to remind myself of who's in the chair.
Yeah.
Like, what lackey do we have tonight? Just glomming on to our 35 YouTube views a week.
I gotta ride somebody's coattails.
Right.
Fuck.
You have hitched your wagon to the wrong star, my friend.
My life story.
How you guys doing tonight?
Good. I'm hungry.
Again,
I feel like this is a recurring theme nowadays.
yeah, we're not gonna ever have time to get ready for the show and eat.
No.
You're gonna have to do that on your own time.
That's a pipe dream.
Eating's for suckers.
Yeah, Matt never eats.
Yeah, that's true. Fine.
The 9/11 joint inquiry that was filed by those committees in the House and the Senate years back was always missing 28 pages that were ordered classified by Bush the second.
George W.
Premier Bush the second.
Premier.
And for a long time, it was speculated upon, that this 28 pages that were missing and classified contained information on the Saudi Arabian government's involvement in planning 9/11.
Yes.
Driven largely by the initial discovery that 15 of the 19 hijackers were Saudi Arabian, and also by the business ties that George Bush and Richard Cheney have with certain high-level people. Well, what do you call them? They're royalty, really. Some of them, right? Saudi Arabian royalty and
Elite.
general wealthy people over there, whoever, in the oil business and particularly.
Right.
So this drove people to look into this, and there was this or that leak and this or that source, and how this went on for a long. There was a website called 28pages.org for years now.
Yeah.
I've seen this on different podcasts. Whatever. Finally, it comes out. Everybody's drooling. All right. Rand Paul actually introduced the bill, and somehow it made it through, and they were forced to declassify this. Right.
Right.
Now, the great thing about the strange and fun times that we live in is that you can actually release 28 pages of blank paper, and call that the Freedom of Information Act. I was reading this on, it's actually right there at foia.cia.gov/ a bunch of whatever shit. We'll put that link up for people, right?
Yes.
It's a PDF, searchable. You can do what you want with it. I would say print it out and wipe the sweat from your taint with it, and then smell it and throw it in the sewer, because that's the best possible use for it. It's just a pile of garbage. You could tell from the first page. So this is about 400 pages. So
almost 500 pages.
Oh yeah, 490 pages.
490, yeah.
The last 50 of which are redacted for the most part.
Right.
And I like how they use that word redacted. They have to use a word that's a little unfamiliar. It's not common in everyday language to say redacted. Nobody really says this. And by using a word like that, the average person feels that has an air of authority.
Right.
Oh, it's redacted. That's an official term. That's a legal term. Okay.
It's more official than saying erased.
Why aren't they saying, well, we've hidden it?
Yeah.
Because then we'd fucking understand what was going on. By just that very simple little trick of language, redacted, that throws 90% of the people off the scent of what's really going on here. Sorry. But you know what I mean? Just what a cheap little fucking trick that is, and it's so easy to throw most people. It was
Right.
redacted.
Yeah.
Well, you know, they have to fucking have certain protocol to redact something, don't you?
Well, and it's all about the confusion that they're, I was trying to read this earlier. You had asked me, what is this all about? And I said, I haven't wrapped my head around it yet.
No,
it's
and
too confusing.
at the time that I asked you about that, I already read about 50 pages of it, when I got up today.
Right.
And it basically says, for most of what I read, hey, look, the CIA, we're just not that good at this whole spying and information gathering thing. This whole, and again, this is the joint inquiry that they request it. The House and the Senate both form a committee. They go, hey, we need to know XYZ about the CIA's knowledge of events leading up to 9/11. And then the CIA Inspector General prepares this long piece of bullshit, and then they all get together in a little room, and they go, hey, did you make us that thing to jerk off on? And he goes, yeah. And he spreads it out all across the desk, and they all pull up their robes or whatever the fuck they wear, and they just start fucking jerking off their evil black demon cum all over this 490-page document. And he just sits in the corner and smiles, and a fly crawls out of his nose. Skin starts flaking off.
Poetic.
I don't know. And that's just off the top of my head what I remember of the process. So they prepare this whole thing, and no, really what it really is let's create this image that like a lot of people within the CIA made mistakes. They just were kind of lazy. They didn't really fucking pay attention to the right stuff.
Right.
It specifically says a few times, we didn't find that anyone in the CIA broke any laws. We didn't find any malicious, or any like intentionally harmful behavior or anything like that. All we found was like and they didn't even say negligence. They just said some people that didn't perform up to the standards that we usually like to hold here in the CIA. So if you want to read through this, I don't know what you're gonna you're gonna get out of it. I mean, it's obviously something that's just been released to control the narrative. So anyways, out of the 490 pages, just skimming through it, I don't know. There must be fucking 70 blank pages in here, at least.
Oh, at least.
And of course, this 28 pages that we've been waiting for years to be declassified. What did it contain? About 2 or 3 paragraphs?
Yeah, two paragraphs.
2 paragraphs that weren't redacted. And they used to release this stuff, literally photocopies of typewritten reports. And you would see these, because like the blackvault.com years and years ago, you would go on there and you'd be looking at JPEGs or whatever the file was called back then. Mm-hmm. You'd be looking at the pictures of photocopies of documents, and they would have in the whatever photo editing program back then have added black bars so you could see like the tips of words, and it was like very tantalizing, and you're like, dude, that could be UFO right there or whatever you're fucking looking at.
It's totally the top of an F.
Right. And now it's just literally erased.
Right.
And again, they don't say erased.
No,
they don't say hidden. It's redacted.
Yeah.
Because you're not fucking sophisticated enough to really get to the root of what they're doing here. If they just put that off, just sort of deflect a tiny bit. That's what they think of you. The other weird thing, this is just a side note. Why do this whole report, they spell Osama with a U?
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Which I've seen before, but it's like the media went with this O, and they also went with the Al-Qaeda that we see all the time, the AEDA, and this has like a AL QUA apostrophe AIDA or something,
Yeah,
and,
it's weird.
It's just an interesting thing I noted. These are the official names, but the media doesn't call them by, doesn't use these same spellings. Could there be any significance to that You know what I mean?
Right. I noticed that too, and I'm trying to remember. Bin Laden, they use the D-I-N spelling as well, and I think usually it's D-E-N, isn't it?
No, I don't think so.
No?
Fuck, I don't know. Now
Yeah,
it's like
now I
it's
don't
like
know.
the type of thing you've seen so often that you don't even remember.
Right.
Like you can't remember what's sitting next to your bed because you fucking see it constantly. You know, like
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know, but
That's
I know
exactly what it's like.
I know that the Usama and the Aida is spelled a little differently.
Yeah.
So going back to this, I want to kind of move into another area. So if you had something else, wrap it up on that.
Oh, I was just going to say that I remember there being a lot of conflicting ways of spelling those things right when media coverage started happening after 9/11. And maybe this was just old enough that the popular spellings hadn't really been determined
established,
yet.
yeah. I don't know.
That's what I would assume.
I would also assume that the CIA knows exactly how things are commonly spelled in that world, and they're probably using the more correct ones. And for whatever reason, probably part of the overall deception about the event. Dude, we'll have to look at this. Probably some reason that the media went with the spellings they did. I don't know what it is, but whatever. Could be simple. Could be, I don't know. Could be significant. Anyways, the whole thing's redacted. What we can tell...
it's hidden.
Right, it's hidden. It's
Don't use
erased.
their words.
It's erased. The whole thing's erased and hidden. What do we have in those 2 or 3 paragraphs?
That they have found that there was no evidence that the Saudi government knowingly and willingly supported al-Qaeda terrorists.
And they even acknowledge, I think, and say it may be that individuals within the government acted as dissenters and supporters of al-Qaeda and possibly routed some funding and blah, blah, blah. But there's no official involvement from the Saudi Arabian government.
And the reporting on those
What a fucking-
few was too sparse to determine with any accuracy such support. So that's just speculation anyway. That's just basically saying, well, I guess there could have been a few guys.
Right, and what's redacted is probably all the specifics on that. And I would guess the reason that Bush was so fucking quick on the draw with that was it probably came back to some people he had ties to.
Right.
That's just a guess, but it would make sense, I think.
But it's what would make sense. And don't forget that, there was a number of Saudi elite who left the country on September 13th.
A ton. Yeah.
When no planes were off the ground that day. No civilian airplanes were going anywhere. Still on the 13th, but they were able to leave the country. So that doesn't seem coincidental.
But it's very confusing. There's a bunch of inconsistencies too when you think about it. You're like, why if they're somehow that powerful and they're able to pull that off, why is it that they didn't know this was going to be happening? Like if the CIA knew and our government knew for the most part, and these people who were really in the know, and certain people who were who was that dude that seemed to know in World Trade Center 7 who pulled all his employees out of the building that day and then took out extra insurance? Silverstein, Larry Silverstein. Don't look at me confused. Are you guys serious?
No, I just knew the Rothschild broke a lease.
No, but there's a bunch of people that profited insanely from.
Right.
I think Larry Silverstein was the most. Look him up really quick.
I am.
And he, is so whatever. There's all these people that seem to be in the know. What is it about these Saudi Arabians that got flown out the next day? How are they that important yet they had no knowledge of what was going on or what? You know what I mean? They just go uh-oh. And then why do they need to flee the country?
Right. Why did they have to get out of here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just weird.
It's very weird. And it just, the more you look into it, the sloppier it seems. I saw,
the government is made of people who are too lazy to go out on their own and do things. The government is made for that person with that mentality of just squeaking by doing the minimum that they can.
I would say that the government is made up by people.
Parasites.
Just people in general. No matter how good at your job you are, the bigger your organization is, the sloppier shit's going to become.
Right.
Like, we're led to believe, like you were saying, the CIA
shit.
is this all-powerful fucking thing, but, you know,
Stop
it's
streaming for some reason.
sloppy guys, you know? It's just people. They make mistakes. They're not necessarily the brightest.
I don't know. The CIA is pretty fucking slick.
Yeah.
No, I think that's more of a persona that we've been led to believe, honestly.
You think
I
so?
think they're just a bunch of fucking, like, mercenaries like that go around and fucking topple governments and prop up puppets. I mean,
Yeah.
and smuggle in our heroin.
They've got that access to crazy technology, though. See, and
Yeah.
and they. Oh god, this fucking computer crashed. Great. All right, well,
It's the damn Al Qaeda's. We're on to them, and they're getting us now.
all right, that's a dumb joke.
Well, they're not even around anymore.
All right, shut up. All right, let's get into the ties that would kind of make people believe that perhaps, you know, the reason that these pages were classified in the first place is that it pointed to some ties to Bush and Cheney. So what, Andrea, you did a little thing on their ties to Saudi elite, right?
Yeah. Well, it's broad. It goes back over 60 years, starting with the oil crisis of 1973, when the Saudi royal family invested $860 billion in American oil companies, including in Houston. And the Bush family has had a very long connection with oil, so that's how they started getting intertwined, is when the Saudi royal family started investing those billions and billions of dollars into their oil companies.
Okay.
So they're basically investors in Bush.
Right. Well, and that's where, like, you know, all those old pictures of, like, George Bush Sr., like, just hanging out and shaking hands with, like, big fucking guys in robes and
Yeah.
Right.
they look like they're from they're characters
White
in Aladdin,
robes and,
you know?
and gold watches.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
Okay, I was just going to say Prince Bandar, who is the long central Saudi figure in the U.S., who is incredibly rich, has been a close confidant of George Sr. for over 20 years. So
Yeah. We
they've
know about him.
obviously established close personal relationships too.
What else?
There's a lot to get through. I
How
mean,
far
I'm
back
just
does
trying
it
to
go?
get
Just to 83?
to 73,
Oh,
1973.
73,
That's when
sorry.
the
Okay.
oil crisis started. Yeah, that's when they really started to get intertwined. But the Saudi-U.S. relationship has been kind of intimate and
Yeah, I don't
shrouded
know
in
what-
secrecy since the 20s.
I don't know much about Saudi Arabia. I know that, like, they were popular as villains in movies in, like, the silent era and shit, you know?
Yeah.
There'd always be, like, a guy with a big, one of those big curvy fucking
scimitar?
swords. Yeah. And yeah, whatever.
A
But
turban and a scimitar like a fucking genie.
right, yeah. Or guys in those, like, headband hood combination things. You know what I'm talking about?
A burqa.
I don't know what the fuck. Whatever it is.
Just like spitting it out for you.
Yeah, I don't care. So, what else?
The Saudis immediately became enthusiastically involved in the American-inspired covert funding of and support for the war against the
Mujahideen.
Yeah, thank you.
The fuck?
I don't know what's wrong with me right now. Anyway, so they started getting involved in war.
The Mujahideen against the Soviets in Afghanistan.
Yes.
They were on the U.S. side of that.
Yes. And they were largely financial backers
Okay.
of that, since they have a ton of money, since all they do is make
Or
oil.
Mujahideen, sorry, whatever the fuck. I always get those mix up the H and the J.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So they continued to have an intimate financial relationship when it came to trying to seize power and quote unquote support certain unstable areas in the Middle East. And then Clinton was the president, and then Saudi Arabia was kind of paused for a little while. You'll notice that they had a lot less to do with American affairs when the Bushes were not in charge, which I think is kind of interesting too, because that just makes it even more obvious.
All right. So basically,
Plus, they hate saxophone.
right, with 9/11, it's coming down to. I said that I was real serious about that, right? But with 9/11, it's coming down more and more to, like, it's not this big, wild, grand, mystical thing that, like, I think a lot of what's kind of grown up around the 9/11 conspiracy culture is feeding into this idea that it's way more confusing than it actually has to be.
Right.
You know, there's still some questions that I have about pilots being able to pull off those maneuvers. That's one of the most compelling things. And some of the stuff about the Pentagon, I don't know.
I think it's
I'm
interesting-
starting to think that there may have actually been a plane that flew into the Pentagon. I'm not really sure, but I don't know. But, sorry, I was just going to finish up say, you know, I have a lot of questions about that, but the more I've read through a lot of the 9/11 Commission report at this point, and I've read through a lot of this thing, the joint inquiry, and not a lot, but you know, enough to kind of get the sense that, like, it would be pretty fucking, I don't know, almost unbelievable to think that this was all fabricated and then this was done with remote control planes or something. You know what I mean? Like, I'm starting to think there's a mixture here of, like, what we've kind of thought, well, everything's a lie versus, like, it was staged and planned and controlled and milked for everything it was worth. You know? I mean, you know what I mean by that?
Yes.
Like, I'm starting to think that these guys, you know, maybe were real people and they really did do something with these planes. But I don't know. There's just a lot of questions.
But now it's been turned into something where they can take our rights away.
Well, that's what they milked it for.
No,
Right.
I want to go back to that though, because this week an ex-pilot came forward and said that he had flown the literal planes that flew into the towers that day. He had worked for that company and flew those exact planes.
And did he say that was
said
an
that
easy
it was-
maneuver to do?
Absolutely not.
No?
He said it was literally impossible. He also said
Okay, the stream is back up. So he said that move of flying around that curve and coming down that alley that he had to come down and hitting the building exactly perfectly was impossible.
Impossible.
In that plane.
especially
The plane, I've heard other people
because
say that plane would fucking break up if you even tried to do that.
well, he says that so the terrorists trained on a Cessna 172, which is a fairly small plane.
Right.
And then he says to jump in the cockpit of a 757 or a 767 and vertical navigate the aircraft, lateral navigate the aircraft, and fly the airplane at speeds exceeding its design limit speed, well over 100 knots, make high-speed, high-banked turns, pulling probably 5, 6, or 7 Gs. The aircraft would literally fall out of the sky. I couldn't do it, and I'm absolutely positive they couldn't do it.
Most people need an Escalade to pull 7 Gs around.
So he alleges not only would the airplane not be able to do that physically, but a pilot who trained on such a small plane would have absolutely no idea how to use an airplane that large.
Yeah, a Cessna's really small.
Right.
That's
And
the kind that, for people that don't know, that's the kind that can land on water, right?
yeah, they're very small.
Land in my backyard.
Yeah, that's a small ass plane. That's not like a.
That's the kind
fucking
that, like, people crash in it
passenger jet.
and they just walk out of it,
Right.
like throwing pieces of it aside.
Harrison
like,
Ford,
fuck
like
my-
he goes through those like toilet paper.
Right, yeah.
It's yeah, well, let's see. The government story they handed us about 9/11 is total BS, plain and simple. He says, there's no possibility that Flight 77 could have descended 7,000 feet in 2 minutes, all while performing a steep 280-degree banked turn before crashing into the Pentagon's first floor wall without touching the lawn.
Yeah.
I mean, it's...
Oh, that's the one he's saying is impossible? Because
Yeah.
even the ones with the
No,
the
both
tower-
of them.
Okay.
Yeah, both
okay.
of them. He's just giving different examples of why it's so ludicrous.
What's this guy's name?
This is
And he's a retired pilot?
Captain Russ Wittenberg.
So
yes.
he was military too, or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Former U.S. Air Force fighter pilot with over 100 combat missions.
God damn.
And retired commercial pilot.
How many people does it take? Because it's not like he's the first one to say that. Other pilots have said that.
Yeah. I guess it must be his military status that's getting him.
Okay. Yeah, I know. And it's just like how many people have to come out and say that for other people to realize, like, hey, this is something to really consider. You know, it's not as though pilots are notoriously loose-lipped. They're mostly military guys, and they're mostly used to have to keep a lot of things quiet. You know, I mean, that's the nature of their whole gig. It's like they don't talk about a lot of stuff that they see and that happens people would be fucking freaked out by it.
Right,
Yeah.
like aliens and shit.
There's such a lot of UFO stuff that goes on. Yeah, that
when
they don't talk about.
when they do talk about it, it seems like they're about to die, and that's the only reason why. Like this guy, I mean, I don't know if you can see this picture right now, but he is a pretty old dude.
Yeah.
I can see his hair is gray.
Yeah. Well, what else do you need to know?
Right, you're
No,
old.
I mean, but when you've got a ton of life left to live, I could see it's like, do I really want
Yeah. Is-
to give up the 10 good years I still have with my penis? Once your penis erections go away, then you're like, I'm
you
going
might
to
as well start blowing the whistle.
Right.
blowing the whistle. I don't give a
Yeah.
shit anymore. Fuck it. What do I have? What am I going to get? A fucking cat and sit around on the porch? Fuck it.
Rather blow a whistle.
Yeah. So, what else on? Is that about it on the ties between Bush and Cheney and the Saudis?
Yeah. Well,
I mean, everybody knows this. I just thought we'd kind of illustrate it a little bit.
Yeah, and it goes on forever, and there are so many ins and outs. But basically, they got tied together through oil, and since then, they've had a pretty personal relationship with each other. That's
Okay, and again, just to recap, when this joint inquiry came out, again, just so everybody has the full picture, the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence and the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence, which are people that are like how do you call them? They're like the majority and minority leaders in
Yeah.
various areas or whatever.
in
So-
various chambers of government.
Okay, whatever. So
And they're rotated out, and they're supposed to be there to monitor the intelligence agencies.
gotcha. So they're a bunch of criminals, is what you're saying,
Right.
So
when they investigated 9/11, they called it the Joint Inquiry.
the joint inquiry
Yes.
is what this is. That's how they go. All right, Mr. CIA Inspector General, we need to know about, and they lay it out right in the beginning of the thing. We need to know about the CIA's involvement with these specific things. And it's interesting. The last thing I want to do is just kind of read a little bit of the beginning of this document to give you an idea of just the way this starts off. Sorry, I'm going to scroll down. Did you read any of this?
I read.
This is kind of this kind of will line up what they were asked to provide as far as information goes, and what they provided.
I read some of it, but the language is difficult for me to absorb, so it usually takes a couple scans before I really get it in. Know what I'm saying?
Okay, here's what. Yeah, because this report was designed to address accountability issues, it does not include recommendations relating to the systemic problems that were identified. Such systemic recommendations as were appropriate to draw from this review of the events of the pre-9/11 period have been forwarded separately to senior agency managers. So, to decode that a little bit, we didn't include anything that are like that are broad problems of dealing with the way that our agency runs. We only evaluated individuals on an individual basis. Anything that we found that indicated broader issues in the agencies, we secretly forwarded to spies. Okay.
Good.
That's
All right.
basically what that says.
I feel good about that.
So
Safe.
as a result, this account does not document the many successes of the agency and its officers at all levels, including many whose actions are discussed in this report in the war on terrorism, both before and after 9/11. Similarly, I went backwards. Blah, blah, blah. In its regular program of audits, investigations, and inspections, Inspector General continues to review the counterterrorism programs and operations of the agency, identifying processes that work well and those that might be improved. I mean, this is all the way that these government agencies work. This is like fucking corporate bullshit speak taken to a new level. It's like this is just made to put you to sleep, you know?
Right. No
and-
one will read this.
So that's basically the way this starts off. So you can get from the tone there how they're already explaining, like, well, look, we didn't really evaluate the agency.
Yeah.
We just focused in on certain individuals. And then it says I don't know, I'm not going to waste time finding it, but there's another paragraph coming up that basically says, and by the way, none of the individuals acted in any manner that was like deliberately deceptive or harmful to U.S. interests. They were only making slight mistakes here and there. So basically, that's how they set the whole thing up. So you can, and then I skimmed through the rest of it. It's fucking boring as fuck. It's horrible. And there's so many. Anytime anything gets good, there's a big blank part.
Yeah.
Redacted.
Hidden.
I mean, hidden. I mean,
Yeah.
erased.
Erased.
I mean, you're not good enough to know this.
Transparency.
So there you go. Transparency.
Hooray.
But gotta hand it to Rand Paul, who pushed that one
really
through.
pushed this through. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for him. Thanks, Rand.
So moving on, Matt, you said you tried doing some stand-up the other night.
Yeah, I did actually at Cigars and Stripes on Wednesday night when they've got open mic.
How'd it go?
It went pretty fucking good, actually.
Our old buddy Matt Gear, and we haven't given you a plug.
Standing up.
We haven't given him a plug in a long time. What is it, Matt Gear Art on Facebook?
Matt Gear Art.
Indeed, and to follow me on Tumblr at Velvet Sword. One word, Velvet Sword at tumblr.com.
Stand-up. Stand-up.
Well, I don't know if
stand-up.
I'd call it stand-up. I mean, I just talked about myself and you know my little bits about myself that are just kind of jokey, and I just formatted them that way, and it went over really well. And
it got across. That's good.
Definitely.
That's good. I gotta go over there and check that out.
I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah. I thought I'd just add that on to the stand-up thing because I want to talk about Jerry Seinfeld, which is weird, whatever. Everybody likes Seinfeld to a certain degree. He's not one of my favorite comedians ever, but he made some statements that made a pretty huge splash in the media recently, and he was talking about young people and their overzealousness with being politically correct, and typically with correcting other people on their speech, and how it's becoming an epidemic of people who just want to use words like that's sexist and that's racist and that's whatever you can think of. And he basically came out and said, look, it's really annoying. High school and college kids, they just want to use these words and correct people. They don't even understand what they are, And
Right.
And it's a point that we've talked about it 100 fucking times.
Yeah.
But I think it made such a big splash because Jerry Seinfeld is so notoriously clean in his act, and he relies so very little on offensive material to anyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he never
Yeah.
swears.
That's
or...
He's family friendly.
the key to his massive popularity is that he's a really clever observationist. But is that a word even? Observationist?
Yeah,
It
sure.
should be.
That's correct.
But
Observationalist.
yeah, he's very clever in his observations, and he just has this mass appeal as a result of not offending anyone and not being boxed into any sort of pigeonhole of whatever of social brackets of any kind, really.
But he's not like ever taking a stand on an issue, is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. He's not. He's done a really
unless
thorough job of being.
Unless you're just like an anti-Semite, you probably don't have a problem with Jerry Seinfeld.
Exactly. So anyways, that's why this made such a big splash, because it's like this guy has no stake in offensive humor. He has he has a stake in comedy and the overall nature of like freedom within expression, and he has a passion for the future of comedy, and he's going, how do you the original thing he said is, I wouldn't play universities anymore. If he's like, I haven't done that in a long time anyways, but if I was going to, I would turn it down because they're just too sensitive. It just sucks. And I guess there was some incident that he made a joke about a gay king.
Gay French king.
A gay French king?
Yeah, he said people scroll through their cell phones like they're so goddamn important, like a gay French king.
It's funny.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
And you know what he's talking about, the little finger flick motion, and your wrist is, while you're scrolling through your phone. And it's like we all look so dainty and fucking,
Right.
The gay French king is just it's a convenient.
It's a joke that a comedian made.
But it's just it's like a convenient comedic reference. It's just
Right.
something
Right.
that will draw an image in your head. If you're
a
not
hilarious image.
if you're not a fucking oversensitive prick, you'll go, oh, the gay French king. That's funny.
what's
We all do
offensive
look
about
like gay
that?
French kings. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah. So what had happened? What set all this off was he did that joke, and I think it must have been near a university or something. He had a
it
really
was a young
audience,
crowd.
and they went, oh,
You can't say gay.
Ooh, you
I mean,
can't.
is that what it is? Like,
Yeah.
that's not. It's not like he said anything offensive.
You know, not all gay people have limp wrists.
Right.
Not all gay kings would be like that. I mean, he's specific. You know what I mean? Like what? Like not all gay French kings would flip through their phone like that. Like that's so specific. Like
What
seriously.
a gay French king can't have a flip phone?
Yeah.
What the fuck? He's got to have a.
I know lots of French gay kings, and they're not all like that. Like what? Like,
And
I
it's
don't-
such a silly thing to say too, as though I mean, for some reason it works as an archetype. For some reason, it brings this image up in your head. For some reason that works. He hit on that. But what's funny about people getting offended about it is like, can anyone name any gay French king ever? It's not even a real reference. It's like it's not. It's silly. It's completely silly. It's just completely silly. For some reason, it works as an image.
I mean, there probably
Yeah.
is a historical reference that like paints a cartoon image in our head from, but
Nah, you
yeah,
just
at this
picture
point,
the
it's
guy
so
in his stupid,
abstract.
colorful robe and his big crown, and he's bring me my contacts.
I imagine more
Scroll it, you know?
the more foppy look with like the big powdered wig and the white face and the big painted on mole.
Yeah,
being all
foppy.
like with the doilies poking
British.
out from his. No,
That's
that's
not
French, dude.
Is it?
1700s.
I guess they were all probably doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Huh?
Ooh,
Oh my!
Yeah, but so-
I'm the king.
for whatever reason, we all got the image, and it's funny. But so he got that thing. So he goes on. Whatever. Did you find the original audio? I'll try to look it up. But he goes on, some talk show, and he's been on a few other places.
Late Night with Seth Meyers.
Oh yeah. Let's
Yeah,
play a
I've
little
got
bit
it
of
here.
this.
I need the.
Let's play a little bit of that because it's worth hearing. Because I think he's getting after Seth Meyers because Seth Meyers refused to make any jokes about the beautiful and gorgeous and breathtaking Caitlyn Jenner. So brave, I can't believe it. And so they I think they had a little clash here. Let's listen to a minute of this about Seinfeld's new take on PC audiences.
Supposed to push towards the lines of the medium. There are more people now who will let you know if they think you went over the line than ever before.
Don't I know it?
I mean, you have to feel the same way about comedy.
Yeah, but they keep moving the lines in for no reason.
Right.
There you go.
I do this joke about the way people need to justify their cell phone. I need to have it with me because people are so important.
Right.
I said, well, they don't seem very important the way you scroll through them like a gay French king. Just... well...
That's very offensive to the gay French king.
Well, I did this line recently in front of an audience, and comedy's where you can kind of feel like an opinion. And they thought, what do you mean gay? What are you talking about gay? What are you saying gay? What are you doing? What do you mean? And I thought, are you kidding me? I mean, we can't even. I could imagine a time, and this is a serious thing. I can imagine a time when people say, well, that's offensive to suggest that a gay person moves their hands in a flourishing motion, and you now need to apologize. I mean, there's a creepy PC thing out there that really bothers me.
But you can also screw up.
Yes,
You can also screw up. And, it happens once in a blue moon, and you
How long
hear
is this?
about it on Twitter.
A few more minutes.
All right, so that's basically his.
yeah.
Well, Kramer, the guy that played Kramer, he had a pretty major fucking.
Now
fuck
he
up.
got really
Oh,
edgy
yeah.
in that one set.
Yeah,
Yeah.
edgy. Yeah, I don't know.
Dropping N
He was just,
bombs.
dude. He was just working out. How do you know where the line is unless you cross it once in a while?
No, he
You know what
wasn't
I mean?
even telling jokes though.
Nah,
man.
that was a joke, Matt. You're uptight.
I guess so.
It's freedom of speech. Come on.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, I
get
agree.
with
It's
it.
freedom of
No,
speech.
it is, and nobody should. I feel like ever be crucified for something they say. Really, as long as it's not a call to violence in a realistic way.
Yeah.
But it's like of course he just went nuts and started screaming nigger a bunch of times.
Right.
But whatever. I don't know. He seemed to feel bad about it.
Well, I agree though.
Well, I think
agree
people
with
made him
Jerry
feel bad
Seinfeld,
about
who
it.
looks very old in this video. I might say.
Yeah, well, he's old now. You forget that the 90s was fucking a long time ago because we're getting old.
Yeah.
And it's hard to admit that was that long ago. But, so, AlterNet, this stupid fucking website,
Beautiful AlterNet.
came out. The reason that I got so pissed off about this is because, like, first of all, what he just said is the perfect word for it. It's creepy. It's fucking creepy the way people are getting so on edge about language. And this is the kind of stuff this social crusading turns into physical acts eventually down the line. When there's this kind of social fervor and just absolute anger and just, what do you even call it? Vitriol. What you name your synonym, whatever. But it feels dangerous to me the way that people are so ready to socially persecute. It's reminiscent of the 2-minute hate in 1984. Is that what it's called? 2-minute hate, right?
Yeah.
And it was this, they would bring up, hey, look at this, comrades. This guy fucking made this tiny misstep and blah, 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 and gave away state secrets or something in the book, and let's fucking stare at him and hate him.
The 2 minutes of hate was every day where they would just show the picture of Goldstein, and they would all just be like, boo, ah, and just flip out.
It was the same guy every time?
Yeah, it's the same
right.
fictional enemy that they have to fight, who's spreading the lies. And
whatever, it just feels creepy. So I got this AlterNet article. Do you have it?
Yes, I do
Hold
have
up.
it.
What's the headline?
The headline: Jerry Seinfeld, white hetero male worth $820 million, thinks the world is too quote unquote PC.
Fuck, this is a different article than I wanted, but this is probably fine. Seinfeld told a terrible joke and blamed PC culture for the fact that nobody laughed.
Didn't Seth Meyers just laugh?
Yeah, Seth Meyers just laughed, and he's a good little fucking PC slave boy.
That's what I was about to say. Seth Meyers was, he wasn't appalled.
So here's what this article says. Now, AlterNet is notoriously far left extreme, you know, and they will take anything, and their fans will take anything that they don't like and call it far right extremist, basically. And I don't know, maybe I'm just now opening myself up for that same criticism, but I honestly think they are dangerously far left fucking weirdos, you know, really, really obsessed with controlling other
propaganders.
people. Yeah. It's a gripe we've heard a million times. So find out who the author on this is too. It's a gripe we've heard a million times. Every now and then, an entitled, well-positioned, heterosexual white male. No. Well, I had no idea that this was said by a heterosexual. Well, you know what? We need to string him up by his nutsack and feed him to alligators.
You happen to know how much money
they're assholes
he's worth?
for assuming that they know what Jerry Seinfeld does behind closed doors.
You know that he's heterosexual.
You know everything about his life. Well, I mean, his public persona is that of a heterosexual.
You can't just make broad, sweeping generalizations about Jerry Seinfeld.
My goodness gracious, and I took such heavy criticism for my article about how black people can't play golf.
This is Adam Johnson, by the way, that we're speaking to, the author of the article.
It's so a well-positioned heterosexual white male comes along and bravely defends other well-positioned heterosexual white males' right to say things minorities, women, and LGBT may or may not find offensive. You fucking cunts! You do not have the right to not be offended. What the fuck? Where does this come from?
He didn't
you
say
fucking piece of shit.
He wasn't like, white guys need more freedom to say stuff.
Who wrote this? Who wrote this?
Adam Johnson.
Adam Johnson, you fucking cock-sucking piece of shit. More, oh God, find me Bill Hicks singing "Sucking Satan's Pecker," please. That's the only thing that'll make me feel better. Fucking Christ. Listen to this sentence again. Even now and then, an entitled, well-positioned heterosexual white male comes along and bravely defends other well-positioned heterosexual white males' right to say things minorities, women, and LGBT may or may not find offensive. Here's the deal. You don't know shit about comedy. Comedians come from every walk of life and say fucked up things about everyone else. That's how fucking comedy works, and he didn't even do that. But you know what I'm saying? This idea that free speech is only defended by these fucking dudes who are just, they don't understand what it's like to be beat down. They don't understand what it's like to be depressed. They don't understand any of this shit. So they're all banding together to defend their right to belittle people who are oppressed in society. What an unsophisticated, just completely moronic interpretation of the importance of free speech. What a fucking horrible, what a piece of shit this author is. I can't even form a sentence. This, I mean, honestly, I might just attack this guy if I met him. More recently, this intellectual burden was carried by none other than Jonathan Chait of New York Magazine, who declared back in January, political correctness is a style of politics in which the more radical members of the left attempt to regulate political discourse by defining opposing views as bigoted and illegitimate. Today's political correctness flourishes most consequentially on social media, where it enjoys a frisson of cool and vast new cultural reach. And since social media is also now this guy's such douchey words, milieu that hosts most political debate, the new PC has attained an influence over mainstream journalism and commentary beyond that of the old. That's a quote from whatever, then the article goes on to say, it's a similar argument to the one Seinfeld and even Remnick made on the late night said last night. The rise of PC culture combined with the rapid dissemination of information on social media has turned us all into a bunch of knee-jerk crybabies. To defend his point, Seinfeld pointed to a joke he had told, blah, blah, blah. All right, whatever. These people are out of their fucking minds. These people are out of their fucking minds. You don't have the right to not be offended.
No.
You do not have that right. It has been proven in American philosophy over and over and over again that free speech comes with certain social consequences, and you must defend unpopular free speech. You must defend unpopular speech, I should say.
Yes.
More simply. This is something that's been established, and any intelligent person can understand why you don't form the ranks of like social fucking crusaders to persecute every person who makes a new step. And actually, I mean, you can come out and say whatever you want. I don't like what this fucking guy said. Here's why it's fucked up. I'm gonna write a 10-page thing, and here's my opinion.
And you can read it.
But you can't, you literally. You are all going fucking insane with the level you want to take this to. Yeah. And the violence and I'm talking now going more to like people on the internet and comments and stuff who support this kind of shit. Mm-hmm. Like if you go to the AlterNet Facebook page and you go to the comment section on one of these articles, you're literally going to find 20 or 30 people in there like invoking this weird violent language about stuff like this. This guy should be fucking killed, and I hope his kids are fucking eaten by tigers and blah, blah, blah. They get so over-the-top angry about this. Anyone that steps outside of what their idea of politically correct and non-offensive is. And again, I'm telling you, you fucking morons, you don't want to live in the country that legally restricts your speech. And this is where this is all going. This is where this culture is building. It's why it creeps me out, because these things turn into lobbies and political movements, Right.
Well, that's why I don't like the idea of banning words. I hear a lot of that. We got to ban this phrase.
This is why people get confused about stuff like, well, so-and-so, is a racist because he voted against year sentences for using the N-word in what it's like. No, you can't start.
Right. Land of the free. You're allowed to be a racist if you want.
You are allowed to, and you don't have the right to not be fucking called racist names once in a while.
Right.
It sucks.
What are they going to do?
Dude, we're not, and that's the biggest fucking disconnect in all of this, is people really think that if you're defending free speech that's a little bit edgy, that you have to agree with that statement. You're defending because you want to tell a racist joke. No, I don't want this guy or anyone. I don't want the precedent not even that you care about the fucking person even. I don't want the precedent fucking set.
Yeah.
That we all have to walk on eggshells, and there's going to be real social consequence for every misstep. Right. It's a dangerous thing, and it's not going to be a fun society to live in for anybody. And you'll care when it comes back around to bite you fucking morons, and all of a sudden you're the bigot someday, because it'll happen.
Right.
All of this shit is a sickness.
Right, you dumb fucking gypsies.
Yeah.
Wait, I have a couple lovely comments here. Do we want to hear a couple of things that
definitely.
people are saying about Jerry Seinfeld?
Yeah. He's a far-right extremist.
Yeah, Richard Dugan points out another radical right-wing nut clown.
I commented on that. I
Proving
replied
again-
to him.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I replied to him. You found that just now?
Yeah.
I remember this guy. That name stuck out. Here, read his and then read my reply.
All right, another radical right-wing nut clown, proving again that as we age, we do not always become wiser. If there is no intelligence to begin with, we only become less intelligent.
Ooh, I think I'll rub my nipples and read the New York Times.
I seem to have broken my monocle.
Oh.
Vinny replied, radical right-wing? Dude, you are nuts.
He is!
The left-right thing is going to get you nowhere, although I understand it's fun to lash out in a tribal way.
These people don't even understand that they're doing unsophisticated tribal bickering.
Wait, I have a better one, though. You must have missed this one because you didn't respond to it.
These are actual comments on this by actual people. This is what creeps me out, man. These people are getting together, they're organizing, and this stuff is really out of control. Like, whatever, go ahead.
Don Johnston says, I never did see what sad sack of shit Seinfeld ever said that was funny. If it were not for some of the others on the show, no one would have ever tuned in. Guess it really sucks to finally get hit in the face with the fact you are a loser and not a comedian.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Seems sad sack of shit could never handle the truth very well.
Yeah, no, Jerry Seinfeld is kind of a loser, huh?
I really don't understand, though, what he said. That
He's achieved no success.
Yeah.
he simply
Total
stated
loser.
that things are becoming scarily PC.
Yeah.
He didn't say any of the things that, like...
He didn't say any of the shit we're saying.
And these people are just, like, reading so much into it, it seems like. They're just trying to just extrapolate that he meant all this stuff from just saying, like,
Well,
hey, man.
he's defending, he likes racism.
Right.
He has to.
He's a child murderer and cannibal. Like,
why else would you not want to persecute every person who's a slight bit insensitive? You have to be a racist.
Yeah.
You're a fucking extremist, Jerry Seinfeld.
Absolutely. I mean, that's clear.
And all these people pretending they don't, like, shut up. Everyone likes Seinfeld.
Right.
Everyone likes it a little bit at least.
And I mean, what does a Jewish person know about being discriminated against?
Yeah, exactly. Jesus Christ. And especially, like, he's old enough to have grown up in that generation of like, right after the Holocaust, you know? So it was pretty prevalent in his childhood and upbringing, I would think that, you know,
Yeah.
it's a major cultural discussion point, you know?
Yeah. Well, you know what they say.
The Holocaust, by the way, as we've discussed, because there was no other fucking...
Right. The only Holocaust. Yeah.
The Holocaust.
one
Yeah, I always want to point this
Holocaust.
out. I don't know
Wait,
why.
what do you mean?
I just want to point this out. The Holocaust is just like an old, what is it, Latin term for like a burning sacrifice.
Yeah.
And then for some reason, the like Jewish lobbies pushed 10, 20 years after, because it was originally called the Jewish genocide.
Yeah.
And then they pushed later on to have it called the Holocaust as some weird word game. I'm not sure why.
A great or complete devastation or destruction, especially by fire. A sacrifice completely consumed by fire.
That's it.
Burnt
Yeah, yeah.
offering.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's some creepy,
Yeah.
it's some creepy insistence that they had that it had to be this. I don't know. I don't want to get into the deep rabbit hole.
No,
on
we
that
don't-
right
yeah,
now,
we don't have to
but-
go down
It's
that
probably in
road.
the Talmud or something, and they just felt that it was more apt. I would
Yeah, that
think.
could be. We should find out.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
We should find out. So, anyways, yeah, that's that, and I just think it's fucking creepy the way people react to it. A totally reasonable statement where he quotes his daughter and says, "Do we go over that even?"
No.
He quotes his daughter and says, "Yeah, my wife my daughter was talking to my wife, and they were just talking about, you know, what, you know, shooting the shit, whatever, and she casually, offhanded says, you know, you might want to be taking the train into the city." You know, in a couple of years, you and your friends are probably going to want to go out and meet boys and stuff. And the daughter replies, "That's sexist."
Mom.
And that I guess is kind of what set Jerry off too. Is
Yeah.
to go, you know, What? How is that?
Is his daughter a lesbian?
Yeah, right. I mean, to say like a teenage girl.
It's the only thing I can think of.
Well, but even so, like, if she hasn't said she is, then it's pretty reasonable to think a teenage girl might want to go with her friends into the city to meet boys when they live in the fucking Hamptons or wherever they live, you know?
In their mansion.
Yeah, they live somewhere out in the hills.
Mom, how could you say that?
Yeah, what do you mean? No, and it's
I
just
should be going to learn math.
they've been taught, like, anyone that says that is trying to force you into a sexual role. You don't need to be straight if you don't want to be. It's just, you know, it's just completely out of control. And it scares me more that these people are linking up and getting together and really being kind of driven by the media into this frenzy that could lead to something very dangerous.
Yeah.
You know, I just think it's in the early stages of leading to something extremely dangerous if it reaches the point that they start taking a stronger hold legally on the English language.
Yeah.
Ugh, God, and it's a very slippery slope.
Yeah, they're going to
think-
start a list.
I think the moment that started to happen, it would eat itself so rapidly that people would be like, "Whoa, we can't have this!" Like, wait a minute.
Our only hope is that the rest of us can make ourselves heard via the internet, which is the saving grace of this era of total deception of government and utter fervor from political extremists, and it's the only thing that can sort of present the weighed and measured mean opinion on most issues, you know.
Yeah.
So thank God we have that.
Thank God for the internet.
We're gonna do a quick break. Gonna do some Agents of Change, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes. Oh wait, I don't have the audio cable. Hold on.
Oh.
Yeah, we make a mistake once in a while on the old radio show.
It's not often, though, that's for sure. After the break, we're going to talk
pretty
about Rachel Dolezal.
We were supposed to have a guest tonight, but she then claimed that she got sick.
Probably a gypsy
Stomach
curse.
bug. She got a gypsy curse.
What time did you talk to her?
Right around 8.
8, and then like 50 minutes later, she was like...
58
50.
minutes later.
Yeah, she's like, hey, I'm really sick now and I can't do the show.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. Let's not even say her name because I'd like to have her on.
Yeah.
She sounded like she'd be fun.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm thinking that there was some anxiety or something.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure why.
I don't know. She seemed excited to talk to us.
I don't know. It's
but-
just weird that she was totally fine when she talked to you. Then like 45 minutes later is now too sick to be on the show
Well,
over the phone.
Food poisoning can happen like that, though.
Can it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've had
Maybe I
food
should-
poisoning.
I'm a
It's pretty
frequent
fucking bad.
food poisoned. Frequently food
Okay.
poisoned. I had a... All right, bye.
Fuck you. Back in a minute. Yeah, coming back on a Sunday evening overdose.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Andrew, what's
The
that
evening.
shit you've been eating?
Coconut oil.
And you just eat it?
That's so good. I know, it sounds
Is this like
weird.
a new thing people should do?
Yeah, it's a new thing that everyone should do.
I do it
You
too.
know,
Do you?
Yeah.
You like
Here's-
that shit?
Fuck yeah.
here's how I found out about it. Amy Jo, our old friend Amy Jo, the
Amy Jo.
Ghost Box chick.
The only paranormal investigator that shows up to investigations in like a tutu,
tutu.
and Batman tights.
Yeah,
You know?
she's wonderful. She's
That's like
wonderful.
my kind of lady, dude.
Oh, she's awesome, dude. She's one of our favorite guests. She's been on 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
yeah.
But she has been posting on Facebook incessantly about how much eating coconut oil has changed her life. P.S. It's solid. You don't just like drink oil. It's like a solid.
But it's like
Mine's melted right now.
It's like
Yeah.
the way I picture it, because like it also says you can just melt it like so it's liquid, so it's like oil, so it's like Crisco when it's in the
That's what
can,
mine
right?
Yeah.
looks like right now. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
well,
so
it's-
fucking hot.
Is it like Crisco?
no, it's a little more pulpy than that. It's a little firmer than
Sounds
Crisco.
disgusting.
It's actually really good, and it tastes like coconut, and it like makes your mouth feel really clean while you're eating it. And it makes your skin really soft. And I've been eating it for 5 days, and I've lost 5 pounds. And all I've been doing is eating coconut oil.
Holy shit! In 350 more days, you'll be all gone.
You're a dick.
A little bit longer than that, buddy.
So
I
2
can't.
years.
I had to stop eating it every day actually because I was eating it for the opposite effect. I was like, oh, I should eat more fat so I can ride a bike and have energy. And yeah, I started losing more weight, and I was like, oh, geez, I got to cut back on this
Yeah.
coconut oil shit.
It does crazy things. It gives me so much energy. I don't drink coffee in the morning anymore. I just eat a spoonful of coconut oil, and my life is good. That's all it takes.
what's with this fake black chick?
Oh, Rachel Dolezal
Rachel Dolezal,
of
who,
Spokane.
dude, she ended up as like the head of a chapter of the NAACP.
NAACP, yeah. The Spokane chapter.
They have really let their guard down. They let one of us right in the front door.
You're not qualified to help people.
Yeah, she's a white.
She is a white. She is so white. She's German, Swedish, Czech, with a touch of Native American
I bet she's
ancestry.
heterosexual too.
So the best
Might
she
even
has
be
is
one of those dirty heterosexuals.
yeah. This white heterosexual female has infiltrated a black group. Yeah, she's even spoken publicly about the Black Lives Matter movement in Baltimore.
She looks
Ferguson.
She looks hilarious too, because like all she did was get like a really dark tan and like do like an afro for her hair. Like
Yeah.
she really looks exactly like Maya Rudolph, that chick from what was she, Saturday Night Live?
Yeah, she really does.
She looks exactly like her.
Yeah, I'm gonna post for everybody. I'm gonna put this. It's got her as a black person and her as a white person right next to it.
I guess she was like estranged from her parents, and one of them just came across her picture and said, "Hey, wasn't that little fucking Rhonda or whatever? What's her name?
Rachel.
Rachel." And said she's not black. I don't think.
Yeah,
She
it makes
wasn't.
me.
She wasn't black.
Yeah.
I haven't seen her in a while.
It makes you wonder, like, how. What is the nature of her estranged relationship that her parents would feel like they had to just fucking get her?
So Well, wait though. So it's okay nowadays. We all have to accept and love it when you transition sexually, apparently.
But
right?
you can't transition
But
racially.
You can't transit. Yeah.
Excellent point, Matt.
I mean, I'm just playing devil's advocate here, but that just doesn't seem quite right.
You know what? If you can wake up. Well, and again, it's not as though I shouldn't say that because
I don't even
get
believe
mad.
in race, though. I want to say, but
yeah, it's not as though people wake up and decide this stuff one day. But it's a good point that if you can decide, hey, my body doesn't dictate how I think of myself. Why doesn't that transfer into other areas?
Right, my point exactly.
Well, and not
people,
only with
people, sorry, but people always. I've heard that people make the argument, well, hey, if I decide I'm a turtle, why can't I be a turtle? And then like
you can.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
but
go be a
then
turtle.
people will have typically gotten mad at that. You're comparing the feelings and sexuality of a human to being an animal. It's making it a joke. It's kind of not, actually. It's kind of just saying, let's take it to any extreme and say, if I decide that's what I am in my brain, then my body doesn't matter. Because if you're not a man, even though you have a penis, why can I not be whatever the fuck I want to be?
Yeah.
if you're a woman because you stuck 2 fucking bags on your chest and took a picture where you hid your hands behind you so no one would notice how disgustingly giant and masculine and veiny they are.
Now you're just being mean.
Yeah, well, somebody has to.
Yeah.
I mean,
no one else is doing it.
no, seriously, that freak has gotten away with too much.
No, but it's that's exactly how I thought of it the first time I read about Rachel Dolezal pretending to be black. And it's the same school of thought that goes with, as we've talked about on the show before, the body identity integrity disorder, where people feel like they shouldn't have their hand or their arm. They want to be amputees. They feel like an amputee born in an able-bodied person's body.
And they get too much shit for that, too.
Yeah, they all do.
I don't see the logic. It's like, just, all right, fine. Just cut it off.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Well, they usually go to doctors and try and persuade them to do it, and doctors are like, no, I'm not going to cut off your perfectly healthy limb.
Right.
Yeah, well, now
Which
they're...
is probably a rational response. But
now they're
I would say, what are you
getting
saying?
it classified as an actual mental, psychological disorder.
This is what I said. The first time we heard about that. Why do the rest of us need to spend time on this?
Yeah.
Let them cut their fucking shit off however they want to do it. Who gives a fuck?
Leave me alone.
Why did we need to name it and study it and figure? Just shut up. I always liked like Richard Carlin's view, or fucking George Carlin. Why I say Richard Carlin? That was weird. George Carlin's view on stuff like this. Matt's not gonna like this, but what you know what he said about anorexics?
No, I don't.
Like, rich cunts don't want to eat? Fuck them.
I'm not rich, and that's not why. And George Carlin was a comedian, and it's a joke,
See, I
and
told
it
you.
doesn't offend me at all.
All right. Yeah, no, it was, but he generally had that great. Why did I say Richard Carlin?
I
That's
know,
gonna
that was
bug me
weird.
for weeks.
Richard
Old
Pryor
Dick
maybe
Garland.
like crossed over in your mind because they were both of the same era. And
No,
I don't
because
know.
I know that was just a fucking. I don't know. That was strange. I hope I don't have a brain tumor,
Me too.
dude. That was weird. That's like a kind of thing that's not a normal mistake to make. Even Richard Carlin. Yeah.
Who's Richard Carlin?
Yeah, he was my roommate in college. I got him mixed up.
Yeah.
So I was listening to the black radio station last night, and I was tuned in. I don't know. I'm in the River Valley here, so there's some fucking crossover of radio waves. I tuned in on 5:40 a.m. and I'm searching on the internet later to find out what station this is, and I can't. It's not a station.
This sounds made up.
It's some weird shit. I don't know. I was listening to some cross fucking radio wave, whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm listening to whatever station has black host and only black people calling in and only talking about things from a black perspective and blackety black. That was basically what was going on this station. And everybody calls each other brother. Everything was, well, what Brother Will had mentioned before, and Brother James is calling in. Well, how you doing, Brother Andy? Brother, it's just like, stop brothering. It's just annoying. And I'm listening to the black station because it was a pretty good show. I was pretty interested. And it was, they're discussing this lady, and they're going, let's have people call in and see what they think about a white woman pretending to be black. And they're going, now let's just acknowledge, hey, she didn't fucking really do any harm.
No.
Was she good or bad at her job? It actually looks like she was pretty good at her job and whatever else. So people were calling in and going like, I don't really care. Nobody seemed to actually, this is like really something that's being pushed by the media. That's like no actual people give a shit about it. Every caller on the show was going like, either they kind of ranged from like people going, well, shouldn't we see this as an advancement from many years ago that like now there's so many white people that would like to be a part of our culture? Like we came a long way. We opened up our culture through art and music and all kinds of stuff, and people got interested and they want to be like us in certain ways. That's fucking, and most people were like, we like that. That's great.
Yeah.
It was pretty refreshing to listen
it's
to.
not even that people want to be like them. It's that that just becomes part of the culture.
Right. But they were looking at it more as like, look, she's trying to be black. So if people want to take parts of black culture and make them their own, go for it.
Right.
That seems to be the general consensus, which is refreshing because we talk so much about the race war, and then we do it tongue in cheek on this show because we know when you're out there in the world, we're all going to bars together and we're all hanging out and everybody's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But like, the media is always pushing this race war. I just thought it was funny to listen into the black show, and because I never listened to the black show, and so I just wanted to hear. And I thought it was funny that everybody was just so much like I would be. It was just like just like I don't care. Why would I care?
Yeah.
It's like everybody just calling in like, why don't we worry about some real shit?
Yeah.
It was, I don't know.
Big whoop.
It was refreshing. It's a good show. I wish I could find the fucking name of it or the station.
The NAACP doesn't seem super concerned about it either.
It's just good. It's just good that people aren't freaking out about something for once. You know what I mean? That's what I like. It's like nobody, and you know why? Because no one could figure out what to be offended by. Like, well, she pretended to be black because she wanted to work for us, and I don't. She
worked really hard, and
all right. Well, I guess she's fine. I don't know.
Work that into your hate narrative somehow, right?
Right. Yeah.
It goes in every fucking direction.
So I don't know. I guess it's a little annoying from the perspective of like, what. I'm a bit suspicious of her in terms of like, did she find an easy gig that she thought like, and not that it's easy to pretend to be a race that you're not. That's pretty hard. But I mean, did she think like, I have this ability to do this or that. I can't get a job defending white people. It doesn't happen. Maybe I can just fucking, if I can look the right way, I know I can get this gig, and it's pretty lucrative for whatever reason. It's a little, I don't know.
Well, was she hired solely on the grounds that she's black?
No.
I mean, that's the other question.
No,
it's like,
the official statement from the NAACP.
The assumption is she wouldn't have been hired if they knew she was white.
Well, that's racism.
Yeah.
That's a textbook example of racism.
No,
you
but
couldn't get the job because you're the wrong race. Period.
We've been learning lately that minorities can't be racist.
No, especially not black people.
yeah.
No black people are
Not
racist.
actually possible.
But the NAACP's official statement reads, in every corner of this country, the NAACP remains committed to securing political, educational, and economic justice for all people, and we encourage Americans of all stripes to become members and serve as leaders in our organization.
He later added, no Peckerwoods. What? Was that a woman speaking? Why'd you look at me so confused?
No, I don't know. It's just an official statement. I don't know, because I was confused. But they go on to
What, are
say
you
that
too young to know what a Peckerwood is?
I might be, yeah.
That's that's what black people
It's a prison
used
term for white people.
That's what black people used to
Oh.
call white people. That's what
Yeah.
that's what George Pryor would call
That's
white
what George
people.
Pryor would say. My old college roommate.
Yeah.
I guess I'm too young for that one.
You would say that all the time.
Did you really not know what a Peckerwood was?
No, really, yeah. This is a true reaction.
Oh, you young piece
I
of
didn't.
garbage.
I didn't know how to
We're old
respond
men,
to that.
Vin. We're old men.
Yeah.
Yes, fucking Christ.
Grandpa. Anyway, they point out the NAACP Alaska, Oregon, Washington State Conference stands behind Ms. Dolezal's advocacy record. So they're basically saying they don't give a shit and she's done a good job, so lay off her.
Yeah, I don't know.
Word.
It's kind of a non-story. It's gotten a lot of legs, but it's because it's so
It is,
weird.
it's
It's just weird.
Well,
you don't know.
And the deception is a little,
It's suspicious.
Suspicious,
Anytime
yeah.
somebody deceives, you're suspicious.
and especially like on a large scale and in a weird way.
yeah.
Also, the estrangement from her parents also makes me suspicious.
Also, now I'm wondering, what's Maya Rudolph? Is she black?
I think she's mixed.
Because
I mean, this is weird, but it's not like an issue. Do you know
No.
what I mean? It's strange,
Dude,
and,
I'm so
and like you said, there's
yeah.
deception, and it's like, well, why? But it's. Like,
I was just so glad to hear the mainstream black show, and I keep calling it a black show because I don't know what else to call it. They were
'Cause you're
only
racist.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to call it. There's only black people on it, and only black people called in, and they only talked about issues concerning black people. So I don't know.
Maya
Black show,
Rudolph is
but
half black.
is half black.
Maya Rudolph, yeah. And
Okay.
then half Russian, German, Hungarian.
Oh yeah, she's got a weird mix going.
Yeah. So this girl, I mean, maybe it's the black and German that we're seeing combining for Rachel. Well, the alleged black.
Yeah, but no, but it just going back to I was just struck by, like, you know, how the general public, because they took a good 10, 15 calls, you know, and I was struck by how the general public, and believe me, those were probably all the callers they had on this show, you know. These shows are not huge on AM anymore, but you know how everyone just kind of said the same thing, like, yeah, why would I have a problem with it? At one time, these were major cultural walls that you didn't cross, and that time sucked for everyone. You
Yeah.
know? And the host, was making the point, hey, I got this intern that works for me who's from Western Canada, out in the middle of nowhere, who listens to rap and generally dresses with, like, the urban flair and has the style that years ago would only be attributed to black people. But he said the same thing Matt was saying. The shit that everybody attributes to black people is not just, like, racially exclusive anymore. Culture has expanded.
He's talking
you know?
about hip hop like attire, I'm sure, right? And like that's like saying, well, all black people like hip hop music.
It is. Then you get into that.
Trust
It's
me,
like,
they
yeah,
don't.
right, yeah. You're right, and you're just better off not fucking lining things up racially
Right.
at all. You know.
Right.
Although I don't know, man. I don't know. Sometimes you have to.
No, I mean, honestly, I think race is a construct that at
It
this
is.
point has been.
At the end of the day, it's a weird. But where it crosses into reality is when it drives. When it influences public perception in a way that manifests in, like, social movements. Then it crosses into reality.
That's
you
what
know?
I mean. It's used to
And-
divide and conquer.
Sure. But at the end of the day, like I've talked about before, there's been a couple of things I've seen over the course of my life that really illustrated so perfectly how silly of a notion race really is, and you're this color and that color. When you look at a chart of, like, the varying skin tones going around the world and how gradually everything blends and stuff in different areas, and, like, you see how basically geography has dictated the way people looked and acted in early development and stuff. you really start to realize, like, wow. And then in modern cultures, how mixed up everyone really is. You know, in the past 1,000 years, how many boats have gone around fucking everybody on the islands and shit, and like all this stuff. You know, it's just like it is just a fucking silly way to divide people up at this point.
Yeah, and put invisible lines on things, and you know,
You're
it's
classified.
not like you're kept secret.
Except for the Jews.
No, they're the chosen ones.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's that fucking bitch. Whatever.
Ghosts.
Boo.
Are you scared?
What do you got?
I'm scared.
Some Snapchat.
Yeah.
This Snapchat. I feel really old. I don't know why are we having new things? Well, Snapchat's been around a while too, and I still haven't even looked at it. Why does there have to be this many?
Yeah, I don't know.
I already have more accounts than I'm comfortable with, and they're just inventing new ones. Like, what the fuck is the point of Snapchat?
You don't have enough accounts.
Well,
no,
seriously, what the fuck is Snapchat for?
I have no idea. I get a lot of pictures of people's dogs, food,
and then it goes away, right?
Unintelligible videos where like the audio is all garbled of somebody shooting 4 seconds of a concert that they're at. Yeah, and then you can only look at it once, and then it's gone forever.
It's retarded.
Yeah, unless you save it to your phone or unless somebody takes a screenshot of it after you send it to them.
It's only good for like secret messages.
And
That's
dick
the-
pics.
And yeah,
yeah.
sexting.
But then people just screenshot them right quick as soon as they pull them up, anyways.
Right.
So who gives a shit? It's
Well,
not even. It's a stupid idea.
But
I
then
hate
it tells you like
I hate it.
If I send you a Snapchat and you take a screenshot of it, it tells me that you took a screenshot of it. So you
well,
can
I'm
do
not sending
that.
you a picture of my dick, anyways.
Well, I should hope not. And I won't send you a picture of mine.
You had a dick in that one video we made. That was
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah, I forgot about
There
that.
is a video of Andrea with a giant penis.
giant
Yeah.
dick. Huge.
I just
That
assumed.
was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so this guy was taking a Snapchat to send to his girlfriend of an empty corridor at the hospital where he works, Leeds General Infirmary.
No, bogus. Why would he be Snapchatting an empty corridor?
Probably to be like, oh my god, it's so dead here.
Oh,
But
no
it's-
pun intended.
Oh, punny.
It's so dead tonight at the morgue.
How
But-
dead was it?
I don't.
I put a toe tag on the front door.
That was pretty good.
Actually, yes.
Best
very
thing I
good
could think
good
of.
Job,
Yeah.
Ben. No, good job, Ben.
You should do stand up.
Yes,
So it's
yeah.
it appears to be a girl in a dress running into a doorway or through a wall sideways in this hallway. I don't know. It's kind of I guess it could be photoshopped. I don't know enough about Photoshop to know, but he claims he didn't see the little girl initially, and then it showed up on the photo later. He must have saved it to his phone before he sent it out.
Let's see it. I can't see it. Can you,
Yeah,
can
I'm
you
like, I can't really see.
make it
but-
larger? We're old men with bad retinas.
We've all got glasses on in here. Like,
Have you started to not look the same as you used to with your shirt off, and you're just like, what the fuck is happening to me? Like, I used to look so young and vibrant. Now you can, like, see my ribs, but I also have a gut at the same time somehow. What the fuck? How is this happening? Like, I'm just
Everything's sinking.
just, like, not young anymore.
I think I look
Just
better
blows.
now than I did when I was young. I'm in
Shut
far
up.
better shape.
I don't know.
I exercise now and shit. I do fucking yoga and shit. I was just kind of a lump of shit. I mean, I was always thin, but
I'm in better shape
I'm
now
like
too,
fucking
but
Bruce Lee,
I can just
dude.
tell like my overall just body doesn't make as much sense as it used to.
Yeah.
You know?
You feel things more.
Yeah, like this thing about like how do I have a gut and you can see my ribs? I'm serious about that. I'm like, how is that possible?
That's
Those
like what
things at the
happens to
same time.
starving kids in Africa.
That is. It's like I'm just like malnourished and horrible.
Yeah.
You know? Just I'm dying. It's probably like fucking pancreatic failure or some shit. You
Yeah.
know, cancer.
Just distending you, and
Anyways, back to this ghost picture.
you'll be a ghost soon.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So
That does. You got like a little ghost girl there walking.
Yeah.
Yeah, little Victorian dress, maybe.
I think
Yeah.
so, but you know what? Now that I'm zoomed in this close, I could also see how it might just be like a reflection of sunlight from a window at a weird angle. I don't know. I don't know, and I don't know enough about Photoshop to say whether or not it's been photoshopped, but it certainly doesn't look like it.
All right, well, fuck that. We need our Photoshop expert isn't even here.
God damn it.
We should move on, but tell
yeah.
people where they can find it. It's the ghost pick of the week.
Yeah, mirror.co.uk has broken this story. I've also put the link up for everybody here if you
As always,
look
it's
at
cool
it.
to see either way.
And you can probably just Google hospital spooky ghost. Leeds General Infirmary if you want to get
All right, so that's that.
specific.
Now, the guy with the big dick that broke out of jail
All right.
and his little dick friend.
And his little dick friend.
So
Sweat
a lot
and Matt.
has come out about this since we last left off. We've been covering the prison break, and
They are still at large.
they're at large.
8 whole days have passed.
Right. They're at large. The one guy who was laying the pipe down on the lady in the prison, she was
Richard Matt.
Now he's the guy with the big dick. And
Yeah, he's the one who dismembered his boss.
The media just couldn't get enough of that.
I haven't
for a
heard
while.
any of this.
Really?
No, I'm like, wait,
Well,
what's happened?
It started that like a guard. I don't know how we missed it.
That's
'cause
the last thing I heard was that the female guard was
No.
suspected
She's
of giving them.
she's not a guard, not the female. One of the other prison guards who was a male or somebody had just said, and he had leaked this awkward thing to the media. Not even leaked. He said it. I think
He said, yeah,
And
he said about how
the man is rather well endowed and he's a charmer and good with the ladies.
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
So
Just made sure to mention he had a big old wiener.
a big weenster.
Weenster.
He had a weenster to beat the band, and
Richard
that
Matt.
came out early. Richard Matt, he was a crazy guy that like kidnapped his boss, drove around with him in the trunk, just beating him up for like a
Tortured
day,
him.
and tortured him,
Yeah.
and fucking killed him, and cut him
Like
up
I
and
said,
stuff.
isn't that the
Dismembered him, yeah.
American dream? Like I
Yeah,
thought
no,
that's what we're all aspiring to.
Look, hey, I got no problem with the guy. No. But
Who am I to judge?
he who knows what the fucking boss did? You don't know.
Yeah.
But so this guy basically made time with the supervisor of the tailor shop or whatever, some sewing shit.
Yeah.
So she supervised some classes.
Joyce
in the prison.
Mitchell.
Joyce Mitchell. And Joyce is not really what you'd call a looker.
Not quite, no.
She's not hideous, but she's
Comely.
Could we see a picture?
There she is.
No, Andrea, you mispronounced that. She looks like Chumley.
Chumley. I'm sorry. There she is. Old Chumley.
Yeah, I mean, she's
Yeah,
so
well,
old.
she
What do you
looks
want
like
her to
she
look
works
like?
in a prison. Here's one
Better than
reason.
that.
She might have been better when she was younger. You can't really
Yeah.
tell. I don't know, but
man.
she definitely got taken by this Richard Matt guy. It turns out
For sure,
And
yeah.
They had this whole plan. So you remember how we talked about they cut through the pipe.
Yeah.
They got out all Shawshank style, and they got to a fucking manhole where they popped out on the street. What was supposed to happen, it turns out, is she was supposed to meet them there, but we had the initial report. There was just a lady from the prison who had checked herself into a hospital for a panic attack, and they suspected her.
Yes.
Now she's been arrested, and they got the whole fucking story. She was supposed to meet them and just didn't show up. Mm-hmm. So they're just fucking sitting there with the inch open manhole cover just peeking out every car that goes by like, all right, this has got to be her this time. Shh,
Right.
Quiet. Get down. This has got to be her. Fuck.
They probably only did that for a little while, and then they probably had a plan B. I mean,
Here's
they
my question.
they
How
seem pretty
long?
Smart.
Oh, yeah. Now, we talked about this.
Well,
First of all, how long do you wait? You're like, all right, we just got out of jail. If she's not here at the planned time, we're only waiting 20 minutes. And we're fucking out of here. Because,
Yeah.
there's maybe a 20-minute window of even in, a really serious situation where you might be held up. But if it's 25, we're fucking gone. And we're going to take our chances and we got to run down the street. And
Doubt
get
they
the fuck
even
out of
waited
here.
that long, honestly.
Dude,
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
all right. Now
I might
here's-
not either, but check this out. The plan was... Sorry, I just want to lay this out. The plan was for her to bring the car and pick them up and take them to her house. And apparently, according to a source in the prison, who is a guard, I think, right? A inmate?
A law enforcement official
shite.
spoke with New York
Whatever.
Daily News.
Some
yeah.
official supposedly says there's indications that the plan was that they were supposed to kill her husband in return for her involvement. Now, she got them the tools. She helped them out the whole way. So what were you going to say? Sorry.
I was just going to finish laying out the story and give my take. Okay, so she didn't show up. My question is, once they're out of the prison, why would they then endanger themselves by immediately committing a murder? Why wouldn't they just ditch her anyway and just do their own thing? They obviously had contact with the outside world. She provided them with a cell phone.
Well, here's the thing. That's what I think. I think they must have planned on double-crossing her from the start.
Right.
Because they obviously used her. She gave a quote that said, like, he made me feel special.
Yeah.
Okay, like, I've done that to a girl that I needed something from before. I know how to fucking do that.
What did you
I
need
mean,
from her?
just like
Borrow some sugar, baby.
maybe a pack of cigarettes or two or whatever. Yeah. But no, yeah, like everybody who's charming and a little bit intelligent knows how to deceive a fucking lonely woman. It's like the easiest thing to do. So this guy clearly romanced this lonely lady who probably didn't have a great life. She's in this small town. He's been all around. He's done all kinds of crazy shit. He probably it was easy to impress her with his fucking worldliness and stuff, and he got her to get involved. But I'm imagining that since this was so clearly a deceptive thing from the beginning, that he must have planned on using her afterwards too, i.e. possibly killing her and just taking her car.
Yeah.
That's what I would have to think, or knocking her out, leaving her on the road or somewhere, wherever.
Yeah.
Probably killing her to cover their tracks, though, so she couldn't confess to anything.
You wait to kill her or anything until you're like out of town. You have her drive you somewhere.
You have her drive.
She's a good cover.
Right. Let's stop at this place because me and him got to get out of our clothes and wash ourselves off in the river. Here, why don't you carry our stuff? You know what? Let's dig a hole to bury our clothes real quick. Hold on.
Yeah.
And, you know what? I got to get my knife out just to shave.
Yeah.
I like to shave with you bent over in front of me in front of this hole, looking away, and with your hands at your sides in a trusting position, if that's all right. Slit.
No, that's what I think. I think it
effect.
either would have been something like that, or they had always planned to not meet up with her once they were on the outside. I think that's the other thing. I think that maybe that they were just never gonna meet up with her to begin with. Never gonna go back to her house.
Why would they even tell her when they were gonna do it? See, if that was the case, they would tell her a bogus night, and they would do it the night before and disappear. Nah, you gotta
maybe
think.
there was more that she had to do the day of to get him out.
You gotta think like a criminal here, and
yeah, it's true.
I can do that. So here's what I'm thinking. Now I'm not like this, but I can be. So I'm gonna just use that part of my brain to tell you what this guy did. Okay, he identified immediately a victim from her body language and the way she probably speaks, kind of softly and
right, she's meek,
and she probably has a lack of confidence, and she's meek, and he identified her as a victim right away, and somebody who's actually, because a lot of times those people are seeking to be controlled. They want it more than the abuser wants it, like it is a fucking sickness, like people who want to be controlled and told what to do. And he probably identified her as one of those people right away and said, all right, let me find the right person, and then he goes and finds the right inmate, and he starts banging this broad with his big old 10-inch, and she's never seen anything like this in her life, and he's telling her all kinds of cool stuff. And if knowing him, here's what I would do. This has probably been going on for a while, and probably for at least a year and a half, 2 years, he acted like hopeless and wouldn't even talk about ever getting out. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
A year and a half, 2 years minimum, I'd go, God, I just, it would be, can you imagine what this would be like if we were together on the, but we can't talk about that. It's too painful to think about. Just don't even think about it. Just please don't bring it up, okay? And then 4 months later, you just don't respond to something she says, and you go, I'm sorry, my mind just took just took me away to if we were together in an apartment somewhere, and I just never mind. You know, you just do it real slow. Come on, I know how
Yeah.
to do this. So you do
Well,
it
and
real
we
slow,
know-
and then you make it her idea. Eventually, her idea is to help you break out. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
know what this fucking guy did. And so then you go to your buddy, yo, I got this country broad on the hook. She really thinks I'm digging her. You get me, daddy-o? You digging the rebop, daddy-o?
That's how criminals talk.
That's how they talk. So let me lay it to you like this. Say, Jack.
I'll put it
got
to you
this dame
real
on the hook.
smooth.
Yeah.
With my 10-inch baby arm.
Yeah, that's a fucking Abby Hoffman reference, I think. Yeah.
I don't even know where I was going with that.
So, anyways, you know, you get that whole thing lined up, and then you go, look, when we get out of here, we're gonna take this bitch's car, and we're gonna whatever. You know what I mean? I know the whole thing. The guy's evil.
Yeah.
Just
no, they
like
were going to
me.
do exactly everything that they promised her, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
They would have let
So
up-
that's what I'm
lived up
saying.
to
It's
everything.
so clear, and then it was her idea, and then they made her feel like she was part of the gang. You know what I mean? All this stuff, and they were very careful, and then she probably figured it out at the end. She was probably like, you know what? They're gonna kill me. That's probably why she went to the hospital.
Yeah.
She didn't know what else to do.
Well, or also, she may have regretted her involvement, and instead of helping them, she went to a place where she would have a on paper alibi for where she was when they got out, so she could say, "Look, here's my paperwork. I was in the hospital when this was going on." You know,
Ooh, yeah.
that's what I would do.
There you go. She probably felt like, oh, holy fuck, I'm about to throw my whole life away. I'm gonna get caught.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm not gonna get caught.
And then-
yeah, you're right. On paper alibi.
And then when she did get caught, when they arrested her and started questioning her, she confessed almost immediately. And just like spilled her guts.
Dude, she probably but because you know what cops do. They probably hauled her in. They held
If
her
you
for
just tell us what happened, we'll let you go. If you just tell us the truth so we can catch these dangerous guys.
Yeah, we won't even charge you.
One guy comes in and threatens her. First they hold her for 12 hours and don't say a word, and they put her in some dirty cell and they treat her like a piece of garbage. That puts you in a vulnerable state. Again, from experience, I'll tell you exactly what fucking happened. That puts you in a vulnerable state. And it makes it so that no matter how, even if you were a hardened criminal, it's really hard to resist the human voice after a certain amount of time in a cement fucking dungeon. You just go, anyone, talk to me. Will, you know, and you're so not, it's like you get fucking subservient from that treatment. It's just it's a thing that fucking happens. You have to be incredibly vigilant to have any fucking self-respect while you're in jail, you know? So she's in there for 12 hours, and then one cop comes in and goes, I need to take your fingerprints. And then while he's taking her fingerprints, he goes, you fucked your whole fucking life up, you piece of garbage. You're going to go to jail for fucking 25 years. You know, that's a minimum, right? That's a minimum if we don't charge you with blah, 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 you know?
Yeah.
And he does that whole thing. And then, you know, they throw her in a room, and the next guy that comes in goes, what did that guy say? Look, here's the deal. I got some room to play with this, okay? It's my case. You understand me? It's my case, and I'll decide what you get charged with. And I haven't decided yet. See these papers here? I haven't filled any of these papers out. You're going to decide what goes in these papers right now. Me and you are going to figure it out together. And you know what I mean? And then she go, okay, finally. Okay, yeah.
Whatever you say.
I mean, it takes a hardened criminal to resist that because it's so brutal what they do to you, you know? So yeah, of course she confessed immediately. Yeah. Of course.
Well,
you
and
know?
she's
and
actually...
and the other option is they either that or they told her, we already caught him and they fucking gave us everything. Look, you better match with what they said, because if you tell us a goddamn lie, you're going to jail for 25 fucking years.
Yeah.
We have them 2 rooms down. They're singing like canaries, and and they're, you know, they're telling us everything you did. If you leave one thing out, you're fucking done.
Yeah.
Those are the 2 options.
She's actually only facing 8 years for her involvement.
All right, whatever.
But I
you know
know
what I'm saying.
doesn't that seem low though
Nah.
for being a prison employee who helped
Who helped two
two
psychotic
prisoners
murderers?
escape?
I don't know.
8 years doesn't seem like enough. And once they get caught, if the fugitives ever get caught, they would only be looking at 7-year extensions on their sentences.
Is that so?
Yeah, I guess it depends on what they do while they're out, but standard for a prison break is 7 extra years.
Man, it's
they were
not.
already in for life, though.
Well,
weren't
one
they?
was 25 to life, and one was life.
If they made it to Canada, it's not that hard. You're pretty
No.
good. I mean, yeah. Granted, people are going to be watching around the border now. Wait till this goes away, and it's not that hard to grow a beard, and it's not that hard to get a pair of glasses and shave your head and maintain a different fucking look. Dude. When I started wearing a baseball hat, people didn't recognize me. That knew me. I would go into a bar and someone would walk past me for the third time and I'd go, hey. They'd go, oh shit, I didn't even notice that was you. Because I didn't wear a baseball hat ever before.
Yeah.
So that's all it really isn't that much that you got to do.
If I saw I've seen these men's pictures left and right all week, and if I saw one of them walking down the street, I would absolutely not identify them as those people. Not a chance.
No, fuck
wouldn't
no.
know.
Yeah.
Especially if they had a beard.
They gotta make it about
Glasses change your face so much.
Oh, yeah.
All you have to do is get a fake pair of glasses.
a different shape of glasses.
Yeah.
They gotta make it about 3 months.
and they'll be different people.
And then this will be gone. And then it'll turn into, let's also bring up the fact that they have 800 fucking employees working on this search.
Yeah, 800 officers.
Stop. I hate the word officers. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
800 cops.
Guys in blue costumes
Yeah.
are being paid a lot of taxpayer money to look for these two guys who aren't doing anything other than escaping from their tyranny.
It could be argued that they're very dangerous, but just to bring it home, they didn't have 800 guys looking for Bin Laden before 9/11.
Right.
And he had killed a hell of a lot more than 3 fucking people that these guys killed.
Yeah.
That doesn't line up. It just doesn't line up. And I have to think that it's the theater, like we talked about earlier. It's the idea that you will not break our detainment. You will not give this example.
Right. There's nothing we won't do.
It's this idea that we are powerful. If you escape, we will find it. That's what matters more than the actual crime that'll be committed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Proportionately,
Yeah.
they're devoting a way more than they will to any other case where the crime might actually be worse even.
Yes.
Or whatever, but it's like this perception cannot get out to the public. And now, and everybody loves a prison break. And so the establishment goes, all right, we can't let this sentiment foster. We can't let people go and rejoice in the fact that these guys fucking got over on us, you know?
Yeah. What really gets me is that they have 800 guys looking for them in northern New York. Like, in a week, they haven't made it out of northern New York. I don't understand why they would think, with as calculated as this was, why they would think these guys are just roaming around in the wilderness.
Well, that's the other thing is they had a cell phone.
Yeah.
The lady gave them a cell phone. The same lady that got arrested gave them a cell phone for sure. And they have records and everything. So, yeah, they called somebody else. They waited a couple minutes. They called somebody else.
They could have called Uber.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they weren't missing at that point. When she failed to pick them up, they weren't missing.
Since they were in that like ultra low security shit, I'm sure they even probably had street clothes.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
And that's also how they made the dummies in their beds, is they just piled clothes and then put hoodies out and like put the hoods up so that it looked like they were sleeping with their hoods up, and that's how they
It's classic.
fooled. Yeah.
It's classic prison break.
It's a total classic move, yeah.
Dude, how'd you like to be this lady's husband
Oh boy.
or son? And they live in a small town.
Yeah.
They have to move.
Oh yeah.
They have to move.
They have to get out of there.
Do you know what men are like? Do you know what men are like? If that happens to you in a small town, you are forever just completely emasculated. You're
there's
done.
no recovery.
You get in one argument at the bar.
Right.
That's the first thing that fucking comes out for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Hey, at least my fucking wife didn't run off with some spick gangster. You know.
And then who wanted him to kill me?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least my wife didn't try to have me murdered by no junkie.
Right. At least I imagine that's how it would go down in the 1940s world that Vin and I inhabit, apparently.
that's what we think people are like for some reason.
Right.
This guy works at the prison too. I mean, it's a small town. I'll bet most of the people who live there work at the prison. But the husband is an employee of the prison too, and apparently, what the fugitives did was well known by the other prisoners, and they've kind of been talking about it since it happened.
Well, yeah, because they know that the prison guys got away,
right?
And they're either going to get caught or not get caught. Whatever they say at this point is not going to fucking matter. They want to see the prison guards strung up because they just like I would if I'm in prison or even out of prison. I love to see a prison guard go to fucking jail. It's fucking great.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? You hypocritical fucking piece of garbage.
So.
Oh, except for our former guests who may be prison guards. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. But I hope they never find these guys. I love a good fugitive story.
It's a hard one because everybody loves the cowboy kind of thing of just, we're out here. We broke the system. We got out. There's a romantic angle to it that we all appreciate because innately inside of us, no matter how square you are, everybody feels this just instinctive, like, closing in of the system. It's been felt forever. That's why we love the outlaw. We love the cowboy. We love the prison break.
Yeah.
It fits a part of our brain that rejects the control of modern society,
I hope that they don't start commiting a bunch of violent crimes.
That's why it's a rough one because these guys are bad.
Yeah.
They're fucking bad.
But if
the one guy's fine. The one guy's honestly fine with me because, and he's not fine really. He was robbing people. He was doing whatever, but he's not as bad.
He was a petty criminal.
He's not as bad as the other guy. He killed a cop, so you couldn't really call him a petty criminal. Now I've talked a lot about ways that it's okay to kill a cop. One of them is not after you've just robbed people.
Yeah.
If you've just robbed people and you get caught, then morally you don't really get to shoot the cop. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like if the cop is coming up to ruin your life when you don't deserve it, I'm all with it. Kill the cop.
Yeah.
But if you're hurting people and this guy comes up to stop you, then it's not right.
Right. That's ideally what we have cops for.
Exactly.
That was the idea. Anyway.
The only thing.
Right. Exactly. That was the idea.
So that's why I'm not really with this guy.
I'm
that's
hoping
why
that
in my life when I've really committed a crime and I got caught, I laid down on the pavement and I put my hands behind my back. But you know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. Like, what would really make me be violent going forward would be to be approached about something that I wasn't actually wrong about. When I got arrested for burglary years ago, 3 counts of burglary, and I knew that I did it, and I laid down and I said, "Fucking, you got me."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All right.
Right. Yeah. And I felt shitty. I wasn't happy about being that person back then. It was a habit. I had so much talent and ability, and I was just fucking doing coke, drinking $7 a fifth Heritage whiskey.
No.
Heritage brand whiskey.
No,
it was fucking orange.
No.
It was like orange red, kind of like just shitty. Like it looked like they had just. I mean, all whiskey's colored, but this shit just looked very, very weird.
Kool-Aid.
Just weird, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was doing all that shit and just robbing shit and whatever. Like it just didn't make any. I was just in a pattern of poor behavior, and I felt like society owed me something, And when I finally got caught and the cops fucking beat me up, broke my shoulder up and shit, and like fucked me up and threw me down in a puddle so I couldn't breathe for 30 seconds and stuff. Like really fucked with me, and did it on purpose and laughed, Yeah. I didn't complain about that. You've never heard me talk about that on the show.
No.
Never. Because you know why? I was breaking into people's shit. I should have been beaten up.
Yeah.
I didn't have any problem with that.
That was
Do you understand?
Yeah.
I would never sue them for that because it wasn't wrong. You know what I mean? So you never, as much shit as I've talked about cops, I've never told that story because I know I was wrong.
Yeah, you deserved it.
Yeah.
I kind of hope that these two just stay disappeared and that they just live under the radar out of prison.
I'm going to say that's probably what's going to happen.
That would be best case scenario, I think.
I don't think they're going to go on a killing spree.
No, I mean, who knows what they were stewing about in there for so long, you know? Could be, I mean, this Richard Mack guy is psychotic enough that he might have a plan. And who's to even say they're still together anyway?
That's
I feel
what I
like
say.
we've been assuming that they're just still together.
Like, what are they, married? It's not a chain gang where they're like attached to the ankle.
They had no relation before they started.
You know what? Fuck that. You're right. You'd get apart from each other as fast as possible.
Right? See ya.
Hey, good job. Maybe one of them Richard Matt probably killed the other fucking guy and ate him.
Yeah.
That guy's crazy.
Took him apart and started chewing on his kidneys.
Dude, I don't want to talk about him too much because he might show up here.
Oh, God. He knows where we are, don't we? There he is.
Come on, Katie.
Yeah, well, I'm surprised that that's not an angle that more people have gone with. They're probably not even together anymore.
Because cops are stupid and they're not thinking through this, and so is the media. The media is so much more worried about, could it be that they're heading to your house this evening? What should you do if you see fugitives in your area? We're going to have our expert on fugitive vigilante behavior.
It's more like they're going to use this as an excuse for, don't worry, everybody, we're going to have door-to-door raids till we find this guy. That's what I think is scary, you know?
Maybe they're hyping us up for that. Maybe they're hyping us up.
They could be hiding in your house and you wouldn't even know. You better let us in to check.
Yeah.
They've already pulled it off with the Boston Bombers.
The Boston Bombers.
The Boston Bombers.
Yeah, they did pull it off with the Boston Bombers. But
I'm actually surprised people in Boston put up with that, though.
Some of them didn't, and they were arrested.
Yeah.
There's plenty of YouTube videos of people during those Boston the fucking door-to-door knocking raids. They knocked, you know.
Yeah.
They were polite. But a lot of people just said, no, you can't come in. We're not harboring any bombers. We probably got some weed. so fuck you. You can't come in here.
Yeah.
And they were violently dealt with.
Yeah.
Violently.
And that was swept away, too. I mean, that was not reported on.
Yeah.
You know, how many other residual arrests were made as a result of looking for...
So, again, an interesting question because it really relies on whether or not you believed the investigation and everything else. You know, which we've said from the start was pretty shaky.
Yeah.
Again, we're going to go on a quick break. We will be back in a couple minutes.
Getting mauled by this kitten.
Yeah, we got a kitten around just fucking with everybody.
Give me in.
It's a Sunday evening overdose. We're almost a year old. Thanks for sticking with us. Oh, and we're back.
Whoa.
On the Sunday evening overdose. Thanks for sticking around, whoever that is.
June 14th. Yeah, we lost the stream for a while there, but it's back, baby. Back.
We're not going to use this computer again to stream. This is bullshit.
Fuck that.
We got a whole new setup.
Damn gypsy.
Gypsy computer.
Right.
So what else is going on around here? Fuck is with you guys?
I really miss the time when I couldn't break bones anymore. That's what we were talking about over the break.
Yeah, there was a time where you could just fall out of shit.
Yeah, you just bounce.
It really didn't matter. Yeah, I've fallen out of trees from like 20 feet up in the air and just been totally fine. Just completely fine. Not a scratch or a bruise or anything. Just people are looking at you like, yeah, your back has to be broken. You gotta sit there and fucking and make sure you're all right. And they're like, don't get up. I'm like, dude, I think I'm good.
Yeah.
I think I'm fine. It's like,
there's no way.
Yeah.
You can't feel the pain right now.
But the way that I fell out of that tree also was that I tried to jump from one branch to another and grab it like a monkey, you know, as though I could fucking do that. I don't know why I tried that, but I was like, it was like 10 feet away. I'm like, I'll just leap off of this and just hit that one. And yeah, I grabbed it perfectly.
Yeah.
It was so satisfying when I hit it. I was like, fuck, I knew I could do this. But what happens is your body has momentum that goes forward really hard.
Yeah.
And so your body swings forward, and it gets to be just a little too much to hang on to, plus the like rug burn, fucking branch burn,
Branch burn, yeah.
bark burn on your hands as they rotate across the fucking branch, and I just let go. And so I had that like forward momentum. So I probably fell from about 15 feet, 20 feet ish in there, which is not that high really when you think about it. You know, it's okay. It's about just high enough to get hurt. You know,
Really depends
Yeah.
how you land. Yeah.
yeah. But I had enough of that forward motion, I think, that I slid kind of into the ground. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it just
absorbed a little bit of the shock.
there was definitely a plump. There was definitely a fucking smack.
Yeah.
But I also slid forward. So there just might have been just enough that, yeah, my perfect 16-year-old unalcoholized body just took it
Unpoisoned.
perfectly. Yeah.
At
Yeah.
the same time, I knew a kid in high school, though. You're talking about when you're young and shit and you're invulnerable. Two guys got in a fight and just one punch landed, like one punch through the whole fight. One punch landed, hit the kid in the cheekbone, and like shattered his entire like left side of his face, like the skull.
That'll happen once in a while.
Right,
Yeah.
it just got hit
Just
just
hit
right,
the
where it
sweet
was
spot.
just like, yeah,
It's
so-
hard. Well, it's so hard to punch somebody right square in the face. If you've ever been in a real fist fight, it's like there's not a lot of square punches, and when there is one, that's usually who wins. You
Yeah.
know? Because it's really hard to fucking just get. I mean, and you're trying. Sometimes you're so mad you're in a fight, and you will fucking. I would pay $1,000 if I could have this guy's face be in one place for 2 fucking seconds, so I could properly just drive my fist into it. You know, and it's
Yeah.
like you just it's hard, and as soon as you get that one solid one, then it's usually. Guy goes down.
Yeah.
You know, in all honesty, like I don't think I've ever like landed a nice movie style solid
Oh,
punch. on
dude,
anybody.
I've done it. It's so good.
I've only done it in dreams.
But you know what? Your hand always gets fucked up. I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe you got to be practicing all the time. I'm sure there's people who really know how to fight that just punch shit all the time, and
Yeah.
that doesn't happen to them. But the once in a while that I'll get in a fight, yeah, my hand gets fucked up
Yeah, well, you have to practice. You have to break your bones in your hand.
over and over,
Over and over.
and just get them toughened, and,
Right.
and just
Just
so
little
you can.
tiny breaks.
Yeah, I've never been into that. Really, I did it for a while. I used to punch.
Yeah, you're the one I learned that from.
Right, yeah. I used to punch. It just got to be because I have too many things to do with music, you know, and I don't want to fuck up my hands that much anymore.
Yeah.
But I used to, every time I was in an elevator, I used to just punch the side walls of the elevator, you know, and just try to fuck up my knuckles, you know. And then we'd be in like loading docks, and I'd just punch the concrete,
Yeah.
you know, and all that kind of shit.
Yeah. I've only ever gotten a good punch in a dream, but I have those dreams a lot where I am like just mercilessly beating the shit out of somebody. Anybody, it doesn't matter who. Anybody's fine with me. But I'm small. It's hard for me to physically fight people because usually people are a foot taller than me.
You have dreams about beating people up a lot?
Yeah.
How often would you say?
Probably, I don't know, I'd say maybe once every 2 weeks.
Are you serious?
Yeah, the only thing I dream about more often than that is a swimming pool. Which is, I mean, seriously, like half of my dreams have a swimming pool in them.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder what that means.
I've looked it up, and it generally, people believe it deals with some, like, unresolved emotion. But I've, like, tried to examine what unresolved emotion I might have that's nagging at me, but I come up with nothing. I feel like I'm a pretty at peace person.
I'm just perfect. I've
Well,
got
if you're dreaming about kicking the shit out of people, it sounds like you've got some pent up rage.
Yeah, probably. Well,
got
like I
nothing
said, I'm
rattling
small. I accept a lot of things because I'm too small to fight people. So maybe I just do it in my dreams.
It seemed like
But-
that was pretty easy to get down to the bottom of right there.
But I also I
Let me ask you
practice
this.
it.
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
What's the sorry. What's the significance of the swimming pool?
I thought I explained this already, Vinny.
Did you?
Yeah. Generally, people think that it's relating to unresolved emotion.
Well, that's anything.
Some
that's a
vast
reoccurring
unresolved
dream.
emotion.
Yeah, that's any reoccurring dream.
Yeah, but come on, the swimming pool.
I've had swimming pool dreams for as long as I can remember.
What's the feeling of it?
Usually it's kind of whimsical. Usually it's something where I'm way high up and there's a swimming pool way down below me. Sometimes it's a lake. Sometimes it's a swimming pool. It's usually a body of water. But I think it might be also related to the fact that I practiced lucid dreaming for a long time. I can still do it sometimes. But I practiced it for a really long time. And one of my go-to tricks was to find a body of water and get in it. So I may have just reprogrammed myself to dream about water.
Right.
See, I have a reoccurring dream that I'm drowning, and that's not a good thing. And I like.
No, I could always breathe underwater in my
No,
dreams.
I'm
all the
drowning.
time.
Andrea, I could always breathe underwater in my dreams too, and I may have said this on the show before, but this is so embarrassing. I'm gonna say this. I had a recurring dream when I was in like 1st and 2nd grade that I would be in school, and I would remember that the gym opened up into a lagoon, like underwater. And I would go down there, and I would, pull back the however you did it. I think I like cranked a lever or whatever.
Yeah, and then like
the gym
the floor rolled
would
back.
would open up. It was all slow, and then I would dive down, and there was like this big underwater layer with like coral and shells and like weird fish swimming around, and then there was like this living room with a TV and a couch, and that's where the Little Mermaid lived.
Oh!
Yeah, and I used to dream that I would go down there and hang out with the Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid, Ariel.
Was she a cartoon?
It was just like she was in the cartoon. That was her. What a gay dream to have.
Yeah.
But I this is why this is so embarrassing. And I used to, this is so weird. This dream would be me just like hanging out down there, and I could breathe, and we would like swim around, and I think we used to watch movies or something. I don't remember what exactly was going on down there, but it was fun. It was innocent, I was like 6, 7, and we would swim around, and then somehow it would like phase out of it, and I would be sitting back at my desk, and I would be, for some reason, blinking my eyes and opening and closing my mouth, but in like my mouth in like a circular motion, like a fish kind of.
Yeah.
And I would be back in my desk, and I'd be blinking my eyes and doing my mouth like a fish, and my teacher, whose name was Mrs. Russell, would go, "Vinny," and I would stop doing it, and she'd go, "Let's just try to stick with the program, shall we?" And then my dream would end.
Every time?
Every time. She would say,
Oh,
"Let's
that's
just try
weird.
to stick
Is that
with the
something
program,
she said in real
shall we?"
life?
No.
Weird. Yeah, that's pretty good.
But isn't that weird? I would be underwater, and then it would just phase out to where I was acting like a fish at my desk.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I used to have dreams about being in grade school, but being able to fly. It was like a similar thing where I'd be sitting at my desk and just be like, "Oh my god, wait a minute, I can fly!" And then I remember the first time I flew out of school, I flew out onto the playground where, in my dream, there was a giant statue of Beetlejuice. And I would fly out there and perch on top of that statue, and then they skipped me ahead of grade because I could fly.
Sounds right.
I used to also have dreams in grade school where the whole school would fill with water, and there would be sharks everywhere, and I would have to save all the girls in my class.
Just the girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be like all the girls I liked,
Yeah.
would be like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna get eaten by a shark," and I would like swim and put them up on a bookshelf. And then I would like jump out of the water just at the last second.
Yeah.
There'd be sharks everywhere.
Yeah.
That was another recurring dream of mine. Another one that I had a lot when I was a little kid, since we're just doing this, I used to have a dream that me and our other sister, Cadence Ann, would we used to go to this cabin in Wisconsin when we were kids, and in the dream, we were gonna go fishing at a smaller pond, which actually was a real thing, and we'd walk down this side road to this smaller pond, and on our way there, like just as we were coming around the corner to get to the pond, would be this gang of like bebop and rocksteady style like 80s gangsters.
Nice.
I mean, they weren't animals like bebop and rocksteady, but they were like, you know, like
broad-shouldered.
They were like white and Asian guys in jean like cut off jean vests.
One had like a chain wrapped around his fist.
One had a chain, one had a lead pipe, and like another had like a baseball bat with nails in it or something.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, classic.
And, yeah.
That's like bad guy stuff.
Right, and they would go that for some reason they would say they had to kill us, and we would try to like reason with them and be like, come on, you don't have to kill us. We didn't do anything.
We're just kids.
And here's another one that always stuck out. Every time I had this dream, the same guy would go, I don't know, the boss said we got to do a good job this time.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then at that time, Katie would get behind me and grab the back of my shirt and just start running, and we would run into the pond, and the dream would end with us drowning in the middle of the pond.
Ew.
I had that over and over and
God.
over. I had another one that over and over, that our whole family left me at a mall made of blocks. The blocks that we had to play with, you know?
Yeah.
The wooden blocks.
I remember those.
Those were so ingrained in my mind that I made up a dream mall made of those blocks, giant forms, but the only shapes in the whole place were that.
Yeah, there like
And I
weren't
was
actually
like-
any stores. It was just
Right. And I was like running down hallways of my own blocks. It's like, where's my family? And nobody would care in the dream. Everybody would be like, get out of here. You know, everybody was mean. And then here's the
dumb
kicker.
kid.
Wait, here's the kicker. The dream would always end this way, too. I would get back to the entrance of the mall and go, all right, they must be here. You know, I got to find them. And then you might not have even been fucking a part of the dream because you might not even been born yet. I don't know. But, oh no, you were probably in a stroller in this dream.
Yeah.
Whatever it was. But whatever.
That's what I do best.
What I do remember is that my whole family would come back up to the thing, and I'd be like, oh my God, I was lost. And they would just look at me and be like, we didn't even notice you were gone. All right, let's go. And
we came back for a different reason.
The whole vibe of it was just like, this is what my psyche was telling me. Like, they don't care about you.
Yeah.
They don't love you.
You're alone.
You could get lost and they wouldn't even fucking give a shit.
notice.
Because that was the vibe. In my dreams, well, by the way, my parents were always really mean. Like, horrible.
Huh.
Like, in my dreams, our mom was always like a demon witch.
Wow.
Yeah, seriously. Like, and she's so nice in real life.
Yeah.
But in my dreams, she would be so mean to me. Like, always.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I never, no, I've never had anything like that.
And I used to have nightmares where she would scream at me in this, like, demon voice. Where, this is all true, I swear to God. I used to have dreams where I would be outside of the school. Like, I don't know why, but there'd never be anyone else around, ever. And the neighborhood was completely empty and, like, cloudy outside. And we were trying to get somewhere, and we could never get it to that place. For some reason, everything would go wrong. Whatever we were trying to get to, the car wouldn't work. We'd try to walk, and like my shoe would be untied, and she would turn around and just give me with this evil fucking look on her face, and just scream in this like disembodied voice at me. And I would be like scared, and she'd be like screaming at me for being scared and stuff. I'm fucked up, huh?
Wow.
Yeah, these were all dreams that I had like over and over and over.
Yeah, I don't have that many recurring dreams. I think any recurring dream indicates you might be a little, have some unresolved feelings.
Yeah. No, she would
excuse
just
me.
like turn into like a demon and just scream at me. But it made no sense because she was very gentle in real life. Like,
Yeah, really nurturing and
yeah.
loving and
So isn't that weird? It's some other
kind of shy.
but it's some
yeah.
other symbol. Like in your dream, your mom isn't your mom. It's like a symbol for safety or
Right.
something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
What always gets me the worst is usually if I have a dream
but
like
it's scary. But the point is, you wake up going like, fuck. Even just talking about it, I'm getting the chills because it was so real. And if your mother ever screamed at you in that disembodied demon voice, it's fucking left weird scar on me.
Left a mark, yeah.
Like,
Well, what I was gonna say was what always gets really gets me is when I have a dream. Like if I dream about my house and it's actually my house. Usually when I have a dream and I'm dreaming about my house or work, it's not how it is in real life. I just know it's my house, even though it's a different house that I'm in. But some of the scariest and most jarring dreams I've ever had have been my actual house in my dreams. I had one where someone was trying to break in the house that I live in right now. Somebody rang the doorbell, and I went and answered it, and they were like trying to sell me something, and I was like, no thanks, and I tried to shut the door, and they put their foot in the door, and then they like forced their way in, and a bunch more people forced their way in and took me hostage, and it was really it would not have been as scary if I was just like in a space that I knew to be my house instead of in my actual house. And then I woke up alone in the house, and I was terrified because, like, I stepped out of my bedroom and I saw the place where these people were holding me hostage. You know, usually you're able to separate it because it's not actually in your house. But that's the worst for me. And I have a lot of murder dreams too, where I'm the murderer.
Oh, dude.
And then I wake up and I'm like, no.
Okay, because I'm sure it's the same way for a lot of people. You murder the person, and it's always, for me, I've murdered a lot of specific people that I hate in my dreams.
Yeah.
And you murder the person, and then the most of the dream, 99% of the dream, is how shitty your life becomes, because now you're running and the police are vaguely after you, but you're also like, for some reason, talking to the person's family and then your family, but then you like move somewhere, but then somebody else changes into somebody else that they weren't before, and like now you're fucking, now the guy that you murdered's dad is your landlord, and you have to like play pool with him or something, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? And like those, but it's always like when you wake up, you're just like, oh my god, dude, I can never murder that guy because that was terrible.
Yeah.
Because after you murder him, it's so stressful. That's what I'm glad I've been through so many of those dreams, because I really do want to. I've talked about it before. There's people I'd kill if I could.
Yeah.
But you know, it's not fucking worth it.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
Mine are never like that. Mine are, I murder a stranger, and then I'm thinking of one. I'm thinking of one instance in specific where I ordered a pizza just so I could murder the pizza guy, but for some reason he had an assistant, so I had to murder her too. And
Assistant
then
pizza delivery.
yeah, and then I have to. No, then I'm just usually so wrought with guilt that the dream ends shortly thereafter, because then I start freaking out and saying, "What have I done? What have I done? What have I done?" And then I wake myself up. But it's never anybody I know. I don't think I've ever murdered anybody I know in real life in my dreams. Just random people. I just like get the urge to kill, and I have to kill somebody in my dreams.
Matt, you're awfully quiet over there.
Honestly, I am someone who suffers from like pretty like reoccurring nightmares pretty often, and I can't really describe to you what it's not like I said, it's drowning, it's water. It's,
you know what, Matt? That's one of the reasons I'm such a bad alcoholic. And I've recently opened up with people in my life about this. I didn't talk about it for years. I have chronic fucking nightmares. Like the stuff I described to you, recurring nightmares I had as a kid. Mm-hmm. Like imagine 25 more years of just retarded torture of yourself. Like I have such. Are yours like so bad that even being a logical adult, you wake up and you just go, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
stuff, because
you're just so happy to be awake.
It's your own psyche
you're like,
working
that
against
was a dream.
you. Your brain.
Satan. Oh my god.
Yes, your brain knows exactly how to fuck you up.
Yeah. Your
brain knows exactly how to get you. Mm-hmm. It'll just dig some shit out from a long time ago and just make you live it again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I live painful situations over and over in my dreams. And if I drink, I don't have any dreams.
What my reoccurring nightmare is usually, like I said, it's drowning, or it's like...
But just to connect that, because sorry, I said something weird about being an alcoholic, which is like, and it was a direct connection because I just started drinking all the time, because if you pass out drunk, that doesn't happen. But sorry, go on, Matt.
Oh, I'm back with my ex, and you know I'm worried about her, what she's doing, or she's doing some shit. You know, it's always stuff like that, and like what you were saying about the places you're at.
Too.
I have a reoccurring dream too, where it's like in these dreams, I find another apartment inside my old apartment that like I never knew was there, and I'm like, I've been renting this whole space, and I didn't even realize it. Like, there's a whole other fucking room back here and like shit like that. But
That's an easy one because you look back and you realize like, wow, I didn't realize how easy and good I had it, and how much of an opportunity I had for happiness that I never looked at. You know, I've had similar dreams where I'm in the past somewhere that we used to live, usually at a childhood home, but mine are, again, it's always so fucking dark. This is another one I've had over and over. Is there's another staircase next to the main staircase, and it's hidden behind a closet wall. So we knock out the back wall of a closet, and there's like a staircase from the 1800s that's all fucking like moldy and like stained and weird looking, and the wallpaper's peeling up, and it's like those tiny stairs from a long time ago when they used to build them smaller, you know, and rickety and like this weird curve to them, just old, you know what I'm saying, just old, decrepit. And at the top is always this dead looking like 5-year-old girl in like a Victorian dress, just looking straight ahead, that won't react to anything, and you like call to her and she just doesn't react whatsoever. And then if you make it like halfway up the stairs, she just walks slowly out of your view, and you're like, oh no. That's another thing that's happened to me 100 fucking times in my dreams, is this same staircase that just shows up in different places. I have another fucking town that I go to in my dreams quite often, and this town is it's circular. It's like how do I say it? Like centered around like a lake, kind of. All right. So there's like a lake in the center of the town, and the lake all around it has like Revolutionary War relics. It's like a giant, deep, dark lake. It's really deep and really dark, and you can't see in it at all. But people do kind of like get in there and swim and boat around. There's like people around, you know? And there's like a walkway, like a big sidewalk all the way around it. And I'll usually walk around there with all these like Revolutionary War like cannons and muskets and like statues. And like it's all like very like 1776 looking for some reason. I don't know why. You know, it's just a place that has all that. I don't know. And around that are these small, like, I don't know, 1 and 2 story normal houses, but they're all like very old. They're like 1800s, and there's just a few like little neighborhoods that you can walk to. That always in my dream I'm at somebody's house in one of these neighborhoods, and then we go to this lake. We're like, all right, let's go out. We're gonna go to this lake. We're gonna walk around. We always do something there, you know, get on a boat or whatever. There's some shit to do there. So in the end, we always end up walking up to the end of the lake where there's a big hill that goes up to like this downtown like bar district that's kind of modeled, and I think my brain did it a little bit after New Orleans. It's kind of like that a little. And in my dream there's usually a lot of people that I knew in New Orleans, but people that I know in Chicago, as I went back and forth a few times. It's like one of these mixed up places that I just put everybody in the same little fucking row of bars and stuff. And every time you go up there, you just get jerked around a lot. Nothing ever works out. You just go up there and fucking try to get some drinks, but there's always some fucking problem, and they're like, no, we're out of that. And like, you guys aren't wearing the right there's always like a dress code, or like there's always something. We always end up back out on the street. You can't fucking go anywhere. It's a frustrating fucking dream that I have over and over. We just go back to this fucking Revolutionary War lake and look around. What is that?
you didn't have the right kind of pantaloons on.
We just like smoke weed by a cannon. What is that kind of thing? That is, I've had, again, this drives me nuts because I've had this dream 100 times where I'm in this town. It's always a different dream. This is not a recurring dream, but it's the same geography, and I know this town like the back of my hand at this point. And I made it up in my brain, but I kept it there. It's in here.
Yeah.
It's in the hard drive.
It's an amalgamation of all the places you've been.
It is. But it's so symbolic, is like this deep, dark, black lake, and with all this like revolutionary stuff around it.
Yeah, and the only thing you can do is be around that stuff. There's no other option.
Right, and I like try to go party, but it doesn't work out, and I don't feel right partying. And I'm trying to get down to business, but I'm not sure how.
Yeah.
You know, it's like my brain making sense of my life. It's like, you want to lead a revolution or something, but you're not sure what the fuck you're doing, and you're just going out and fucking doing shit and trying to have fun, but that's not what you need, not what you want to do. And you go back to this thing, this deep, dark, this mystery. That represents mystery and fear. The deep, dark lake, right? It has to. it's mystery and fear, and I'm going, just what am I supposed to do, and what chance do I take, and what's it gonna do to me, and blah blah blah, right?
Right. That makes sense. You have a lot of recurring. I mean,
What does that say about someone if they have a shitload of recurring dreams?
they must have deeper meaning than mine usually do. Yeah. Because I don't have very many recurring dreams, and I practiced remembering my dreams for so long.
It's like your brain buffering. It's like, dude, you gotta fucking do something about this. Like,
yeah. If I wake up in the morning and I don't remember one of the dreams that I had the night before, that's unusual for me. But they're always something different. And even if the content, I mean, they're always emotional, even if the content is not. Like, I remember I was unsettled for like 3 days after I had a dream where I was driving and on the side of the road was a dead white horse. And I just that made me feel so bad for days after I had that dream. And I've never felt connected to a white horse before. Horses are cool. They're not even one of the animals I'm really into. It was just so emotional, and then I looked up what a white horse is supposed to symbolize, and it didn't make sense with my situation. But
I've had at the time, because it sounds like it could be the end of something that you cherished, maybe, or innocence, or
yeah, it could be.
Depends what kind of transitions were going on at your time, at that point in your life. Dreams are hard to interpret, and I don't think anybody can except the dreamer.
Right. Yeah, me too.
I don't know. Sometimes another person can point it out to you easier though. They just look at it and go, "Don't you see that obvious metaphor?"
Right.
You know? I mean, I don't know.
But sometimes it's not something obvious. Sometimes,
Yeah.
Some of my dreams, I would agree, are really easy to read. My drowning one. It's okay, I can't handle life. In my dream, and one time, my friend Phil was trying to teach me how to surf, and he was really good at it. And I kept getting swept under the waves and just drowning, And he was like, "What's the problem? This is easy." And that's probably because I feel like my friend Phil, who has a job and his shit together, he's taking care of his shit and "Why can't you do it, Matt? I'm going to show you how to do it." And I just kept fucking drowning. That's easy to interpret, but some of my dreams and your dreams obviously are very hard to interpret, and you can only get kind of ways to look at it maybe and be does that feel right? Does that feel right? Does that feel right? Does that feel right? Until you finally hit it. And I think that's why reoccurring dreams happen.
Yeah, and I also think that I've developed I have a lot of good techniques for identifying when I'm in a dream while I'm in it.
Yeah, you said the lucid dream.
Yeah, and I've got a couple techniques for that usually work really well. And I think that...
Have you lucid dreamed successfully?
A lot, yeah. Often.
I've worked on it a little bit, and it comes to me randomly. And it's weird, because I thought since I have such vivid... I've literally developed severe emotional and fucking weird problems from my dreams. That might just be a denial that I'm in. I say it's my dreams when it's actually my regular life that's making my dreams so fucked up, you know? But the dreaming has just caused me to not get good sleep. I have such horrible fucking chronic nightmares that I'm I literally cannot sleep a lot of the time. I will wake up every 3 hours and go I'll have just experienced something that's so intimately dark and horrifying that I will have to walk around the house and punch stuff or something. I'm just have to fucking get up, and it's just really disruptive, and
I get up and smoke.
Yeah, I'll smoke some weed, I'll drink some fucking orange juice, walk around, you get awake again basically, so you can try to restart,
Yep.
Yeah.
And try to one good thing is try to put on just a dumb comedy or something and go to sleep to that.
Yeah.
I've noticed
something you can listen to.
Yeah, something I can control what I fall asleep to a little bit that could lead me to a better kind of dream.
Well, that's how
something whimsical,
that's how I started learning to lucid dream, was by first of all identifying common things that happen in my dreams that I could use as indicators that they're dreams, like when my feet fuse with the sidewalk and suddenly my feet weigh 1,000,000 pounds apiece and I have to struggle just to walk.
Does that happen to you?
Yeah, that's one of my key identifiers. Light
never had that,
switches,
but,
the
I
color
can't-
of my nails.
Light
Yeah.
switches, like waking life?
Yeah,
I
but
can't,
not exactly.
I can't run. That's always
Yeah.
my thing. You can't get, well, once you get going, but you usually have to like bend down and use your hands and like grab the ground and really get going.
Like
and
a
then,
monster.
Yeah, like it's like a lot of momentum, yeah. And then
Yeah.
once you get some momentum, you can straighten up and you can really run. That happens a lot, but I've
Yeah.
never had the thing where your feet are stuck to the ground.
Yeah, it's like your feet like sink down into the concrete, and it's like real soupy, and like you like drag your feet. That's a big one for me. The color of my nails. If I look at my nails and they're different than I know them to be in real life, that's a good one. Light switches, similar to like in waking life, they say, flip a light switch on and off, and if it doesn't work and you know it to work in real life, you're probably in a dream. Mine, they just work differently. Like I'll flip a light switch off and there will be a second delay before the light actually turns off. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I haven't been practiced in it lately, but I mean probably for 3 or 4 years I was every single night going to sleep with the intention of taking control of my dreams, and it's to the point now where I feel like I almost can't even trust my subconsciousness because I'm so used to manipulating a dream from the inside that I don't know if what I'm trying to communicate with myself is even organic and real anymore, or if it's just a manipulation of the message that my brain is trying to send itself. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Yes. But I learned how to lucid dream by fighting the urge to sleep. When I was falling asleep, I would just try and stay awake as long as I could and stay in that like first and second level of sleep where you're still kind of awake and aware, but also you can feel.
I don't care what anyone says. Staying awake for a long time is the most insane drug I've ever done.
Yes.
If you want to, people
I
talk
agree.
about, I've done a shitload of acid, right?
Yes.
Have you?
Yes.
Matt?
Yeah.
So you know
Lots.
how like the mainstream always interprets acid as like, oh man, I saw a UFO and a cow standing on
bullshit,
top of
yeah.
a bike, and it's
There
like,
was a raccoon
leprechaun.
at
Well,
the
then,
end
yeah,
of my bed.
then you've never done acid before.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what did give me hallucinations like that is taking depressants and forcing myself to stay awake actually made me actually hallucinate actual things.
Yes.
Now, I mean, acid and mushrooms will make you hallucinate things that are just gonna like manipulate, little things
that are there.
that are actually there, that you're just
Yeah.
gonna see them twist and turn and whatever else. Like taking like 5 Vicodin pills and then forcing yourself to stay awake for hours will make you see. Alright, do you guys want to know another fucked up thing that I never really tell?
Yeah.
It's this girl that liked me in high school. We're sitting in like homeroom or whatever, and she just turns around, and this was fucking. Hold on. Every time I say this, hold on a second. This was in the year 2000, and this girl just turns around and gives me these 4 blue pills, and she goes, yo, you like drugs, right? And I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, I like drugs. And she's like, how about some Vicodin? I'm like, well, what is this? How much Vicodin is this? She's like, dude, trust me, you need like, I take like 7 of these. Like, just take 4. They're whatever, fucking 30 milligram pills or something. I have no idea what it is. I was fucking fucked up on these Vicodins. Like, I took so much Vicodin that I was just like a walking zombie, and like people were telling me things I did the next day that I had no idea. I didn't remember.
Oh no.
But the last thing I remember is I went home and I sat on my bed and I was thinking like, fuck, I really want to stay awake and see how much more weird I can get, And I look to my left and there was like a chipmunk running around on my desk. This is literally like a full-on chipmunk or squirrel or some shit. You know, I just saw it. Like, I'm like, what is that fucking rodent running around on my shit? You know, and it ran and jumped behind the desk, or like my TV stand. And so in real life, this was so vivid that I jumped off the bed, and I pulled everything out of the wall, and I had like a broom or some shit in my hand, or a golf club, I don't remember, but I had something to hit an animal with. Like, there's an animal in here, you know? And I pulled everything out, pulled all the wires out, you know, just like looked through everything. Like, there's nothing fucking here. I looked around everywhere, there's nothing here. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I get all confused, and I walk back over to my bed, and I sit down, and when my butt hit the bed, it didn't hit anything, and I just started falling. And in my mind, this was completely real. I just fell. I just fell and fell and fell and fell. I guess I must have passed. In real life, you must have just seen a limp body, you know? But like, here's what happened in my brain. I walked back over to my bed, and as I sat, I just fell forever. And I fell down this like tube, and I came out on a slide, and so it's like a children's slide, and as I get to the end of the slide, it shot me right into like a big fancy seat. And I look around, and I'm on a TV set, and it's like a giant game show, and there's this really like cheesy dude in one of those fucking like polyester just horrible suits, you know what I mean? And he's going, all right, everybody, we got to decide if our next contestant lives or dies.
No.
And I look up, and there's a big sign that just goes, live or die. And it was like an old-fashioned neon where it lights up one at a time. And it's going, live or die. And I look, and there's an entire like studio audience of people just screaming, and they're all putting their thumbs down. Like, die, die, die. And there's like hundreds and hundreds of people. And I'm like, what the fuck? And it was so real that I was actually interpreting it as an awake, live person. I was actually going, I think I just sat down on my bed, and like, I'm like, what? I'm still awake in my brain to some degree. I don't know how, but I'm going like, am I ever, like, did I go to another dimension and I will never get out of here? Did I just, I'm like completely just not able to deal with what's going on. And somebody taps me on the shoulder, and they hand me a folded piece of paper that I'm guessing is like the results, you know, if I'm gonna live or die. And I reach out like this, and for people in the studio can see, I just simply, like you would reach out and take an envelope. And as I close my thumb and forefinger, I'm back sitting on my bed like this with my hand out. And I was like, what the fuck was that? It was complete.
No.
That's a hallucination, dude.
That's about as detached as it gets.
That's a fucking hallucination. And that's, you know what I'm saying? That's something you never see on acid.
Yeah. No, not a chance. No way.
No,
Not
acid's
even close.
fun and pretty, and yeah.
Yeah, and you're rooted to
in reality.
your actual surroundings.
So my brain, I was working so hard, trying so hard to stay awake all day that it just eventually did some shutdown, like, punish me thing.
Yeah.
So, like,
You are not awake.
you're going to the fucking shitty game show now.
Yeah.
That's
You
what
want to
the
live or
fuck's
die, man.
Yeah. I want to get some fucking
You got
scary
held
shit for you.
hostage by your own brain.
No, seriously, it was just like, dude, you are a retard. It was probably my brain being like, you're gonna die. Go to sleep.
Yeah, stop it.
Your brain is telling you to shut down for a reason.
Yeah.
If you keep walking around, it's gonna bleed.
Yeah.
Well, I had a friend, I'm not going to use his name, but in high
his
school...
name?
Oh, what's his name? Just tell us his name.
No, I don't want to use
Just tell it.
it. His name's Chris.
That's made up.
No, it's not. But it doesn't matter anyway. Anybody that knows him will remember this from high school, and anybody that doesn't, it doesn't matter what his name is anyway. But he had stayed up way too long, much like you were describing, right? It wasn't drug induced. It was more just he was trying what he read about Da Vinci sleep, which is, where you're up for 4 hours and you sleep for a little bit, and it makes you really creative. That's what he was shooting for. But he ended up just staying up for like 3 days straight.
No.
And literally, I go over to my friend's house where I knew he was, and they're telling me about it. They're like, Chris has been up for like 3 days, so he's really weird. And his parents came for him, and they've like called the men in white coats basically to come get him. And we just told them that we'd keep an eye on him until they arrive, basically, because he won't leave here anyway. So I was like, I gotta see this for myself. So I go down to the basement where he was hanging out, and I'm like talking to him and shit. He seemed okay at first, but then he was like, well, hey, he takes out a $1 bill and he rips it in half. He's like, if you want to talk to me later, just put your thumb on this part of the bill where the circle is. And he's like, and I'll be able to hear your thoughts like kinetically and stuff. And I was like, really, dude? You know? And then like basically like shortly after this started to get weird like that, actual people like from the mental health shit came and took him away for a week.
Whoa.
And he was never quite right again. That happened to him again. And then when he lived with me for a little while, he got really weird and was doing weird stuff. He's better now.
And you think it's from not sleeping?
Well, that's what set it off anyway. He
Dude,
definitely
I'm telling you,
has
that is
problems.
the craziest shit.
Yeah.
Man, I've got another friend named Jimmy who has probably been about as crazy as anybody's friend could be. Well, everybody's got your friend that got committed at some point. Yeah, he was my friend that got committed for a while. We got to have him call on the show.
Yeah.
And talk about what happened when he went 3 days without sleeping. It's fucking beautiful.
I'll have to get him in. I'm sure he's got a couple of stories like that.
What else about the dreams? Is that it?
Yeah, I don't...
It's not a pleasant subject for me, frankly. I'm like,
I had a long period of time. Actually, the reason I started lucid dreaming was because I was having nightmares, and I would struggle to stay awake as I was falling asleep because I was like too afraid to go to sleep.
Dude, tell me about it. What is it? What is the threshold that you cross in day-to-day life that just makes your dreams too much to fucking deal with? Like I literally, I don't know what it takes even in my own life where I'm like, wow, I'm so fucked up that I can't let my ego go away. Like I can't let my guard down for a minute or my actual brain takes over. My actual shit starts fucking churning. Yeah. You know, and I'm just like, I'm just a helpless fucking pawn in the whole system when I'm asleep. You know, as far as what I'm trying to do out here, who I'm trying to be. Yeah. It's a scary place in there. And
I think that's another reason why I went after the lucid dreaming too, was because I felt out of control. I felt like I was at the whim of something. I felt like there was something controlling me that I couldn't access and couldn't take the control back. So I became pretty much obsessed with learning how to control my dreams. And I was really depressed at the time. And I would have a combination of like nightmares that were just like made me feel bad because they were bad. And then I would also have dreams where like my life was perfect and everything was good and I had the things I wanted. And then I would wake up and face the realization that my life fucking sucked at that point and I hated everything and I was miserable.
Oh yeah, tell me about it. I've had dreams where I just have like weed like coming out of every cabinet in the house. Yeah. I'm just like finding all this awesome weed.
And money. And just fucking hundreds of dollars.
Just pockets of cash and all my clothes and stuff just everywhere. And you just wake up just like, holy fuck, I cannot afford a Gatorade.
Yeah.
And I'm hungover as shit.
Yeah, exactly. So I kind of became obsessed for a while with learning how to...
So how are you doing with lucid dreaming these days?
I'm happier, so I have less motivation.
What can you do in there?
Well, if I can identify it depends on the nature of the dream. If it's a bad dream already, and I'm able to say, okay, I know this is a bad dream. I know it's just a dream, but sometimes it's too emotional to take control. And I can just say, I know this is a dream, and then I can either try and get myself out of it by saying, you're dreaming, wake up, and just like forcing my brain to pull myself out. Or I just kind of write it out and let the intensity fade away because I'm aware it's a dream and it's not real. If it's a good dream, usually I just say, oh my god, this is a dream, and then I just jump into the air and fly away.
That's like the best thing you can think of.
Yeah.
I know for all of our fucking, progress as a civilization, we all have the same idea. Yeah. Like, holy shit, this is a dream? I don't fucking go fly around, dude. That's about all I want to fucking do.
I do that, or I find a body of water and I hop in and just breathe underwater because those are just things you can't do.
We got a couple of things. Here's what you can do. You can fuck somebody. You can fly. You can breathe underwater. You can kill people.
Yeah.
What else are you gonna do?
Oh, every once in a while I try to summon electricity from my hands and do shoot electricity at people.
Yeah. I've never had. Do you guys know another thing? I've never had sex in a dream ever in my life.
Me
ever.
neither. Not ever.
Not once. And you know what?
Not that I remember.
Here's another dream I used to have. This
I
is so
can't
fucked
reach
up.
orgasm in sex dreams. It's
I've never
always
done that.
right on the. You're always right on the cusp of orgasm, but you
Wait,
just,
Matt, did you ever have a wet dream? Because I swear to God, that's like
no, because I masturbate.
yeah, right. Well, like who has wet dreams?
People that don't masturbate and just build up so much semen that like they get so turned on in their sleep by a sex dream and then they just jizz.
As a female, I was taught through the public school sexual education courses that all men have wet dreams like all the time.
I think like I've heard guys say that they have. I think I've heard more guys say that they haven't really.
Yeah.
you know?
I don't recall ever waking
I've
up
fucking
and not
never,
having
yeah.
explained jizz on me. No, if I woke up with
Right.
jizz on me, I know
It was
how it
dry
got there.
already.
Yeah, I know how it got there. Like I remember. And
That's
okay.
actually why you fell asleep. Yeah.
Or I know where it came from.
I've never had sex in a dream, and something really fucked up, and it just like fucking Christ. All right, let's examine what this means. You guys ready for this?
Yeah.
This is fucking weird. All right, Matt, tell me what this means. I can't say this to my sister. Listen, when I was like 14, I had this dream a bunch of times that I was trying to have sex with this tall black girl, all right? But she would not take off her underwear. But like we were just trying to like poke my dick through her underwear, but it wouldn't work. And it was just like the most frustrating. Like it's like I don't know why I'm not asking you to take your underwear off. For some reason I can't because it's the rules of this dream, and I'm just poking it. And I didn't even know it any black girls. I was like, you know, like I only knew white people. So for some reason it had to be significant that it was a black girl. So it was just
unknown?
like, what do you think about this? I'm like trying to have sex with a black girl, but her underwear's on, and I just won't acknowledge that, and I just keep poking at it with my 14-year-old pointy penis.
I mean, I would guess that the interpretation for that would be like black, you know, she, like you said, you didn't know any black people. Maybe that like represents like the unknown, and you're a little confused maybe at the time because like you said, you're 14.
Well, you know what too? Because
it's
here's
something
what
you really
it was.
want to do, and it's frustrating that
It
you
was
just
also
can't get to it.
that was like the first year I was ever at school with any black girls, because our neighborhood was like very fucking white. You know, growing up, we pretty much had like white and a few like Indian kids or something.
Might even
you
just
know?
be as shallow as you
Yeah.
wanted to bang a black girl, and you just were like, how come I can't get the chance to bang a black girl?
Yeah, maybe that was it, because the
Simple
black
as
girls
that.
were like maybe a little more fucking developed, a little more
No doubt they were.
a little more sexy to me, you know, in 8th grade. And maybe that was it, that I like didn't even know how to interpret that.
Right.
And I was like, you know, my brain's like telling me like, why aren't you fucking one of these black girls? They like you the same as the white girls, but at the time I just wouldn't even thought of it.
Yeah.
But no, I have sex in dreams when they're not nightmares. Like I would say, like most of the time I have nightmares. Other times I don't really remember my dreams, and then when they're good dreams, they're typically sex dreams, and they're dreams about fucking. And it's pretty graphic dreams about fucking. And like I said, you're just on the cusp of orgasm through the whole thing. It's like, and you wake up and you're just like, oh my god.
Dude, I've never gotten it in. Ever in a dream. I've been like fooling around and stuff, and then just never been able to actually have sex in a dream ever. I think it's because I'm too like realistic. I'm like, it doesn't seem real. It's not working. I don't know.
Not interested.
Yeah, it's literally never happened.
So, have you ever had like a homoerotic dream?
I have cut a guy's head off with a what's that kind of saw? That you saw metal with? A
hacksaw.
Yeah, I've cut a guy's head off in a dream, in a public bathroom. I dragged him in there. I saw this guy
You guys have violent fucking dreams, dude.
This was it was this. You know that bathroom on like Foster Avenue Beach, like up north, and it's like a creepy old bathroom, like from the 40s. I went up there one time on a really windy day. This is in real life. And I went in this bathroom, and it was like a Law and Order murder scene, like just waiting to happen. You
Nice.
know? And I'm like, it's just really old public bathroom that they leave open on the beach. And I just went in there one day, and then in my dream, I was at that bathroom, and this guy that I wanted to kill was there, and I just like dragged him in and just beat the shit out of him against the stall, and for some reason had a hacksaw, and in my dream vividly cut through this. My brain knew what it would be like to cut through bone and like spinal tissue, and like the middle was a little softer.
No.
But then it gets wider, you know what I mean? And you're like increasing your like cut, and then like the last part is like tough again, like it's like just like the beginning again.
Yeah.
And it was so vivid, and there was like blood spraying around and everything. And then I had to fucking hide his head in a dumpster, and I never got rid of his body. That was the thing that didn't make sense in this dream. But that was
the thing.
One of those ones that that was one of those ones in that I was referencing earlier. That was like, then I just had to run from the cops, and then it was just this weird like never-ending string of just like guilt and running, you know. And it was like my brain being like, dude, because I really do sit around and have revenge fantasies. I'm bad with that. And I really do sit around and really plan stuff. You know what I mean? And my brain is going, dude, don't look what this is really gonna be like. Are you ready to really? Come on.
Yeah. Do you understand?
Are you really ready? And then I wake up and go, oh God, I just want to eat cereal and watch some YouTube and smoke some weed. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Never mind. I won't kill anyone because it's my brain just going like, dude, fucking calm down.
Yeah.
Look what you can. I'll fucking show you some shit right now.
Yeah.
You know, like that's what's gonna happen. Like, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I don't have violent dreams as much anymore.
Good. Listen to your better angels.
I don't know. I'm convinced it has to do with the lucid dreaming. I'm sure that I have more control than I used to. And probably more control than most people do too, because most people don't even try, you know? It just takes, if I can do it, I just like figured out how to do it. You know, I watched Waking Life one time and learned the thing about the light switch, and then I was just like, well, there's got to be other things.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. Waking Life is the shit.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first time you saw that movie?
I do.
I think
you showed it to me.
I think for older people, they kind of thought like, for older awakened people, kind of thought like, this is kind of in the pocket, kind of on the nose. Mm-hmm. It was one of those ones you had to be young, you know, to watch it and go, wow, this is crazy, you know, because I think for a lot of people who were deep into that line of thinking, it was just kind of
review.
Yeah, right. You know. So, but if you were in your teenage years when you first saw that movie, man, did that blow your fucking mind?
Yeah, that said some stuff.
It just really spoke to a deeper part of you that you just you're looking at it just like, dude, I feel this. Like this movie just gets it. Matt, did you see that movie?
No, I can't say I did.
Oh,
I
wow.
was
you gotta
probably.
Check it out. You'd probably. I mean, even though you are double the age that I first saw it at, you should definitely fucking check it out. It's awesome.
I think the first time I saw it,
what I mean is you don't have to be a teenager. You know.
Yeah, I was a little too young for it the first time I saw it. I think so. I was able to see it again and be really spoken to again. Oh well.
Don't worry, I'm
just fiending for nicotine. I'm out of nicotine juice, and I'm just like,
go ahead.
Mad that he hasn't seen the movie is all it is.
And the other thing is, it's really cold out now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but somehow it's still 1,000,000 degrees in here.
It is warm in here, but it's really cold outside, so I don't want to go outside and smoke even. I'm like, man, that sucks.
Matt, what do you got coming up?
I still just have, the only thing on my agenda in the future is going to your show on Saturday.
Oh, shit.
That's right.
Yeah, if you're in the Chicago area and you want to come out and meet me and hang out and my music thing, Robot Hilarious, we're going to be...
mad dope, yo.
Yeah, the 20th on Saturday at Uptown in Westmont, Illinois.
I won't be there, contrary to what you see on
Man,
Facebook.
don't you have an art show coming up?
I do on July 3rd at the Pilsen Outpost. 1958 West 21st Street on the corner of Damon in Pilsen, Chi-Town.
Yay.
Yo.
Yay. And probably the whole crew will be around there too.
Yeah.
So come see some necro art and then afterwards attend an after party with me if you care to.
That's Friday.
We'll probably all stop by.
Yeah. I will be there.
I
don't have anything to promote.
You're good.
I think I'm good.
People should buy my art. That's
I'm
it.
gonna plug Mac Gear with my opportunity to plug.
All right, I guess we'll be.
You wouldn't be the first.
We'll be back this Thursday. We'll probably have a guest and some shit lined up by then. We're gonna plan it between now and then, and I'm gonna upload some other fucking some clips this week too.
Yeah.
So watch out for that. Everybody, take care of y'all selves, and catch up with us in a few days.
Get some sleep, kids.
So long.
Good evening.